Hey everyone, the Talking Dads podcast is brought to you by Little Scholars Early Learning Center. Whether your family needs infant care, a preschool program, or before and after school care, Little Scholars' highly rated Step Up to Quality programs provide quality early childhood education at an affordable price. Visit www.littlescholars.net to get in contact with an enrollment specialist and schedule a tour of any of their 5 Lake County campuses. Here's the deal. Talking Dads fans are getting a little bonus. Mention that you heard about them through our podcast, and when you tour, and you'll receive $25 off of your registration fee. Again, that's Little Scholars Early Learning Center, where children learn, play, and grow together. We are also brought to you by Pub Fredo Gastropub. Pub Fredo was voted Best Gastropub in Cleveland in 2019 by Cleveland Magazine Silver Spoon Awards. We love Pub Fredo. Their menu is chef-inspired, always pushing the limits of traditional pub fare. The other night I had a burger, I believe it was called the Pub Burger. It was incredible. Cooked perfectly. It was amazing. And you won't have a problem pairing your favorite item on the menu with their great selection of local craft beers, crafted cocktails, and of course, an amazing bourbon and whiskey selection. I went with the Bullet 10-year with my Pub Burger. All of this in a cozy, fun, come-as-you-are atmosphere. You can check them out at pubfredo.com and on Facebook and Instagram at PubFredo Gastropub.
We are also brought to you by Marky Fresh Barbershop in Menor, Ohio.
Bro, I love Marky Fresh.
It's the best, isn't it?
Dude, I get cut there like every 3 weeks. My kid gets cut there every month
Every
and a
now and
half or
then.
so. Month and a half, 2 months, something like that. They do such a good job.
The environment is phenomenal. Everybody's awesome there.
Can I tell you a secret? I don't
Please.
even give a shit about the haircut. It is so much freaking fun going there.
Just to hang out.
Yeah. I have such
Just have a good time. Every time, man.
Yeah.
You get caught. If you want to be in there fast.
Oh, yeah.
Their whole app, everything, booking to get in.
So
It's so
easy.
convenient and easy, but you get caught up
Oh, yeah.
because you just want to hang out and talk with these guys.
You know what the word is? Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
So many shenanigans.
You don't want to leave.
It's so much fun. But honestly, they do a fantastic job.
They really do.
I look way better when I leave than when I get
You
in there.
really do.
I know.
So, yeah, Marky Fresh.
Yeah, book at markyfresh.com.
Book, get in, stay fresh.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Talking Dads. It's a Fire Up Friday. We got James and Gary from Team IBB in studio. We did 3+ hours of absolute fire. It was amazing. We talked Disney movies. We talked music, specifically Creed, and some others. We also talked about dad guilt and responsibilities and what motivates us each and every day to be the best dads that we can be. Make sure you check out the whole thing. Do us a favor. Listen to the entire thing. I know it's long, but you will not regret the amount of dad knowledge that you get out of this episode. Tell all your friends about it and have a fantastic weekend.
In a world where moms continue to dominate parenting authority and a father's role is minimized in society, 2 dads take on the toughest parenting topics on a weekly basis, all while drinking bourbon. They are the Talking Dads.
Cool. No, I am loving this Fire Up Friday idea.
It's just fun.
Explain.
Well, should we save it?
No, you're going. We're already recording.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
good.
you're already
yeah,
recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, I don't know.
We just start, man. We just
Yeah,
get going.
yeah, so that's how we do. We just kind of start and see where it goes.
Yeah, do you want to explain how we got started with the Fire Up Friday?
Hashtag Fire Up Friday. So EC3 is our buddy follow him at the real EC3. He's got like the blue check mark, so you know he's legit. But
Yeah, he's a big deal.
he's a big dude too. But
He's kind of big.
So
I don't think so.
We were talking about tattoos before, so I got the
Ooh.
sweet dude tattoo. When we thought we were cool. So he's got that same tattoo. So I guess
nice.
that's my claim to fame. But no, obviously, everybody, I know me in quarantine, like I definitely kind of just had like that first
Sure.
month. I was like, well, it's just going to be a bad year. I guess it's just going to, I guess we got to just get ready for, things just aren't going to go as well as planned, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And so you get kind of get
get
stuck
down.
in that mindset, especially like, even now, like this is the first time I'm seeing you guys in person.
Yeah,
Right.
it's been a long time.
Forever.
Very long
And
time.
so I don't know. It was just kind of a way to kind of get each other fired up. And but it kind of we just started doing it
Yeah, over the phone.
over the phone with him, and it was just something like, okay, pick a quote and let's talk about it, and let's get because it was just we're all trying to work our way out of just the quarantine.
That funk that we were
the,
in.
the
yeah,
funk.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it
the
was
non-fired up funk.
It was cool because, unintentionally, we were working through these quotes, working through our own internal, battles, and some real stuff was starting to like really come up. And I think we all just kind of got moved by it. And we were like, wow, should we share this? And we all just decided to, let's just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Let's just start recording. Let's just see what happens out there,
I did a couple of literally Crayola marker and notebook paper,
Oh, yeah,
and I wrote the power quote that we came up
Yeah.
with at the end of the conversation. I took a picture and posted. So it was the most
That's even
unprofessional.
better.
That's phenomenal,
That's
man.
even better.
So I think
Okay.
but that's kind of that's what we like about it is that I know this morning at 6 a.m. Usually it's between 6:30, 7 a.m. just was this
6:37.
constant we would try to start at 6, try to start at 6:30, but 6:37 was magically when we
That's
actually
when
get
it
That's
it
it,
going.
man. Huh? All right.
So if you want some magic in your life, start it at 6:37 a.m. and you'll be good to go.
I love that, man. Because I'm telling you, there's days where I'm just not feeling it, and I'll listen to those motivational speakers. Those guys that just get you super pumped up. You need it sometimes, man.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well,
Gets the blood flowing a little bit. Because I haven't been working out in forever. I hadn't been back to the gym just because I just don't know how it's going to be, and I don't.
Yep.
I'm not terrified to go. I'm going to be honest with you. I got lazy. So I just feel like shit. My days used to be, I get up at 5:30 or 5, go to the gym, shower at the gym, then go to work. And it was amazing. I felt great every day. But since COVID, man, I just have not been in it. And I'm telling you, I feel like crap. I do.
I get it. I get it. Well,
I'll be honest.
here's the thing is the age-old saying of fake it till you make it, I actually believe in quite a bit because everything is a mindset. And
Yes.
I feel like something like a Fire Up Friday,
Yeah.
6 a.m. for 2 weeks in a row, I stumbled upon it 2 weeks ago. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, all right, where's Fire Up Friday? And it was there. And I was like, no way. All right, it was there.
I'm looking for it, man.
Talking about, what was it this morning? It was pain and comfort.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Pain and
That's a
comfort. And I was
That was
like,
good.
holy shit, this is great.
Yeah.
See,
I'm
that's
like
what I need to listen to.
taking
when
the
I'm
dog
over work.
outside all motivated.
Yeah, well, it's and too that was just kind of something that we were talking about. What quote are we gonna do? What this that. So I like too because we'll kind of bounce around some quotes that we want to talk about, but a lot of times something else will come of that and let's talk about that.
That's the one.
And
Yeah.
so I
Right.
think it was just something we were just talking, and I think I just said that there's two paths. You have the pain of comfort, or pain in comfort, or comfort in pain, or something like that. I can't remember the quote. So I can't remember the quote. It was that powerful.
It was
It was like 15 hours ago, bro.
But for me, the one thing that has just, again, I didn't plan it, but came from that, that is stuck with me since then. And it's got me through some rough days, just even this past week. But just nothing feels better than the other side of pain. So you're working out.
Yeah,
It sucks,
it does.
but afterwards,
Great.
Yeah.
feels great. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just kind of, and I think that it's something that kind of got our heads out of our tails. And what's up, Walter? And yeah, dude,
No, I think it's really
go ahead.
cool the fact that it's on a Friday. So
Yeah.
everyone has worked
Yeah.
their tails off.
Yeah.
Generally, I'm usually pretty tired by Wednesday.
Seriously, man.
Wednesday 1 p.m. I'm tapped.
Monday
Friday rolls
afternoon.
around, man.
Monday afternoon, yeah. So with that being on Friday, that was pretty intentional too, is because we wanted to make sure that the last day of the week we really gave it everything we got. So
I love it.
It's just been
That's
very
true though, 'cause
helpful, man.
by Friday, you're done, man.
Yeah.
It's tonight, right? We're here.
Yeah.
And it's
a
tough,
Friday.
man, because you're okay, well, we worked all week. You get home, you're with the
Yeah.
kids, dinner, whatever.
Every Friday we say it.
And we're like, oh man, Fridays are tough. Some days we're just dragging ass. We get in here, we're like, all right, we got somebody coming in an hour. We need to wake up, man.
Yeah.
Get the
Where's
caffeine out.
coffee?
Yeah,
Where's the
seriously, man.
coffee?
But yeah,
No, but I think that's amazing because one of my favorite, I can't actually quote it, but the gist of the idea is whether it's a holiday or a Saturday or even a Friday, that's when everyone else is giving it 50%,
Yeah.
60%.
Yeah.
You go
If
give it
that.
100% that day, and you're going to crush it.
Yeah.
Right? Like whoever you're competing with, whether it's somebody in your own office or the shop down the street or quite honestly yourself, like think about what you did last Friday. And okay, if I was only going half speed, if I go full speed today, then, I'm
Just that much better.
gonna be that much better.
I love it.
True.
I love it.
Well, that was our motivation to get started.
I'm feeling good. I'm good,
Fired up,
man.
baby.
Who's fired up?
Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fired up.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
All right, so before we go too far into anything else, let's go ahead and reintroduce you two fine gentlemen because you guys are both making your second appearance. We're, of course,
Thanks for having
here
us back.
at the Collab by Notion in beautiful downtown Willoughby in front of a live studio audience.
That's right.
Hold the applause, please. Thank you.
There's actually people there.
Yeah,
so-
there is.
Shout out to Billy and Doug and Walter.
Yes.
Watching the dog.
But yeah, let's. We always start with a dad profile. So Gary, why don't you go first and tell all of the millions of listeners that we've got.
millions.
Yeah, but since the last time, we've certainly grown, and
Yeah.
hopefully our new listeners can find out who you are.
Oh, absolutely. So, my name's Gary Caluducan, also known as IBB Gary. I have a beautiful wife named Amanda who is amazing. I have her in my phone as Astonishing Amanda.
Attaboy.
So cool. And I have two beautiful daughters, 4-year-old Quinn and 2-year-old Kyla, who just turned 2 recently, just this past month.
Nice.
And yeah, man, I'm truly, truly lucky. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
Good for you, man. I love it.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
Dad profile. So
James
I
is
have
up on the mic.
I also have the best wife on earth, Erica, and she's
She's
in my
got a good phone.
she's in my phone as Erica Locks and Bagels because the first time we connected and hung out for breakfast, she's like, you want some locks? I'm like, what? Like, so she
What are the kids calling what these days?
what? But she literally had like salmon in a bag. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
like the cream cheese locks. It was
Yeah,
like
right.
legit. So, but so Erica Locks Bagels.
I love it.
That's, I, have to,
I
I, have to
love
tell,
that.
I have to tell Siri to call Erica Bagels. I like that. But,
Calling Erica Bagels.
on mobile or at work. And then I got JJ. He just turned 4, and Julia. So they're 2 years, 2 hours apart. So Julia just turned 2. So it just what's wild is it's not the same exact life, but we work together.
You guys have
And-
kind of the thing that Steve and I have.
Yeah.
Like,
It's cool.
Yeah.
just
Hatred
kid-
for each other.
Extreme
And
hatred.
I hate Gary Caluducan.
This guy's the worst. But I work with him, so I have to deal with him.
But no, I mean, seriously, it's really cool to have somebody to go through
Oh, yeah.
the shit with, right? Like, and that's literally why we started this podcast, is because we were having conversations about our kids. We're like, what are we doing? We're sitting here and we have the night to ourselves. Wives have the kids, and we're talking about changing diapers and whatever. And it's like, we should be talking sports and whatever. But
Man things.
this
Yeah.
is what was going on in our lives. And my kids are like, what, 6 months older than yours?
Yeah, both of them, yeah.
About.
Yeah.
And so he was like picking my brain, and then like, we were just kind of going back and forth on things. And we're like, not everyone has that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is so awesome to have it.
Yeah.
It really helps out.
Yeah.
I mean, just to have someone to talk to about it.
Yeah, that understands.
Yeah, they're
and
with
is
you.
going through it right now with you. Hey, this happened to me just yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
that's the best
right.
thing about this podcast is
Yeah.
when we sit down and talk to other dads, they're telling stuff about their kids. You're like, oh, maybe I'm not crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. You get
Maybe
it.
I'm not the only one losing my mind.
We're both crazy.
Well, I mean, I am crazy. Come on, we know that.
Right.
But
We're still trying to find a sane interviewee. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
right.
So, can we please get a sane guest? What are you doing?
What is happening over there?
I don't want to know.
He's quiet though. I mean, it's good.
Yeah,
Everything's
he's
good.
quiet.
He's not barking. I just see so much movement.
Yeah. It's always fun doing this in front of the
Love the studio
live
audience. The
audience.
Yeah.
Walter's very happy.
He's having fun.
I think it's important too, like having conversation. Like, first off, thank you for continuing to do this. And
Absolutely.
I've said this from the start. out. Just you guys are changing lives, and it's just kind of
One dad at a time.
one dad at a time. And
Ooh, you got that good.
He
voice.
does, man. He did it earlier, and I was like, I looked around. I'm like, who said that? Who
Have you
was
ever
that?
listened
When he
to
said
our
637,
intro?
I'm like, who was that guy?
What's
Who
that?
said
You've
that?
ever listened to our intro, like
Yeah.
in the beginning?
I'm gonna have to change it over. James will have to do it first.
in a world.
In the world.
Actually, both these guys, man.
Yeah,
Voice for it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't-
Keep complimenting us.
Yes,
please.
You guys are so
Just deflected
awesome.
that
so awesome.
completely.
But like kind of how like so your kids are similar age and our kids are similar age. It's like it's important to have like those common ages because like just from Julia from 1 to 2, like looking at pictures of her like this time last year, it's like I don't have the same like everything's different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that, so like and being human's amazing because you have painful moments in your life and your brain's just like, nope, not gonna remember that. So like just kind of like all the sleepless nights, I'm not gonna remember that.
Right.
Yeah, you block it all out.
Like what's up, Walter? Walter agrees. But yeah, because you just forget. Like there's just so much that happens in
So
such that
much.
little bit of time that it's nice to be like that person's like, oh yeah, I'm literally going through that right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Right. And it reminds you and also prepares you at the same time. Right. Because
Correct.
whether you're about to go through it again with another child or a similar situation, it's fun to talk that stuff out and just super helpful because, you guys have wonderful relationships with your wives. We do too. Your wife is not always the one to talk to about certain subjects, right? And
Sure.
even if it's maybe like I know my wife and we've disagreed on like a certain parenting situation, right? And like our rule is always support. Like if I make a decision, she's going to support me on it in front of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might talk about it later.
Absolutely.
It's always good to then Monday morning quarterback
You're
it with
definitely going to
Steve.
talk about it
oh,
later.
it's gonna come up.
oh dude.
Well, no, I mean
It will come
that
back
is
to
like
haunt
our,
you.
that is our agreement though. Like so
that's
she like
that's good.
disciplines or I discipline for something and I don't necessarily agree with it. Like I go with it and then we talk about it later.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk about it with Steve afterwards. Be like, dude, am I crazy? Like what should I let this
Yeah.
one go or
He's
should
like-
we
Right.
It's like, hey man, I need to
adjust
talk
it?
need to talk about this. Like, cool,
Those
man.
things happen,
And I-
right?
you-
Like you're not always going to be on the same page initially.
Sure.
And hopefully the relationship's good enough that you can eventually get on the same page. But it's good, at least it's helpful for me to talk to another dad about it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
okay, did you go through anything like this? Am I the one that's being an asshole right now, or not? Or
Get that reassurance too. Be like, hey man,
yeah.
am I crazy for being an asshole about this?
Yeah.
am I
Right,
wrong? And it could be
right.
like, yeah, you kind of are, or be like, no, dude, I completely get it. Like,
Yeah, right.
Well, I think it just because you have the marriage dynamic where you're just trying to like, is this what I'm gonna be going at it for? Is this what I'm gonna fight World War III for?
Yeah.
And then also the parenting stuff because then it's like just 6 days ago, Eric and I had a little World War
tiff?
III
Little tiff?
tiff.
well,
But basically, it just kind of was good from that though, because it was a disagreement on like Julia's going through like this sleep regression and like so and
I forget about that.
Oh, you forget?
and but we got she went from the crib to the bed and so there and she just like getting up every hour on the hour, just like walks into her room and just like
Brutal.
and she'll go right back to bed,
Right.
but you're just up
Yep.
every
Yep.
hour.
Yeah.
And that's stressful. That's
it is,
stressful
man.
in
It's
a marriage.
crazy.
That's
really
So
hard.
yeah, we
Yeah.
had a little Eric and I had a little blow up, but
It's because you
but-
haven't been sleeping.
oh no, dude,
And that definitely
That does it.
makes things difficult.
Yeah.
And I started listening to I can't think of the guy's name right now, but so Masterclass. I never heard of Masterclass,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I signed. It was a gift.
It's a Christmas
It was a
gift.
Christmas gift.
a good
Gary.
gift.
guy.
But it's like a sleep expert. But that's what he's talking about. Is like bad sleep equals bad mood.
yes.
And
Absolutely.
So like, but too, he's like going on with all the science behind it and all that. So it just kind of, yeah. Of course, we're at each other's throats, is because we
You haven't
slept.
slept
You're not
in
sleeping,
5
man.
days.
And,
Yeah.
Well, and look, by the way, I don't know if you need to hear this or somebody else needs to hear it, but I think it's super healthy to have disagreements.
Yeah.
And-
you have
and-
to.
If you
Yeah.
agree with each other on everything,
Right.
then
Like
you don't
to
talk
have
about it,
different
then
points of view and maybe end up somewhere in the middle. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I think that's super healthy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and the sleep regression, it's not like one day.
No.
It's been an entire week, and then you're fighting about it because you both haven't slept, and you both haven't talked, and then something had happened,
And then all of a sudden, boom.
and boom.
I think that's the hardest thing too. Is like you talk but you don't. I mean, like
Yes.
it's just like you're chasing one, she's chasing the other.
Right.
And like it just da, 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 da. Like you know,
Right,
like
right.
oh yeah, he's got to pee. Yeah, like yeah, poopy diaper. Okay.
Yeah, I get what
like-
you're saying, but hold please, because
Yeah, yeah.
I got poop.
Because
on
you
my
can't have
hands.
conversations. You can't have those conversations. And it's like when we're hanging out or something. Like Ian's trying to show me his new house. He's giving me the tour.
Yeah, you
and our
got a new place, right?
and our kids are hanging out, and he's trying to talk to us, but the kids are doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I'm sorry, I left. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't get to talk to you at all. Because
Yeah.
the freaking kids, man, I didn't get to talk.
And that
This is where we get to.
happens.
This is where we get to talk to each other, though.
Right.
Or to anybody in general, just to sit down and talk, because you don't get to do that when the kids are around all
Correct.
the time.
That's
Because
what
I mean, they're
James
2 and 4 years old.
in the morning.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
That's
yeah.
true.
Oh, and even
It's a great-
even with your spouse though, like
Well, yeah.
maybe you finally get back to it at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that time, you're spent, right?
you're
like
cooked.
like the kids finally in sleep, or the kids are finally asleep, and it's like, well, should we go through this now, or are we both just so beat that
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
time to just go to sleep?
Don't even want to talk
and then
about
you
it.
marinate on it more, whatever. And then, in my experience, it's good to then take that little break, that little pause, and be like, Steve, this is what happened. Tell me the truth.
And I'll be brutally honest.
And he will, yeah. And I think that we need that, and
Yeah.
not every guy has that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you need your like accountability buddy.
Yeah.
For sure, because I mean, we know each other's wives real well, and we'll take I'll take Chelsea's back sometimes. I'll be like, I'll support her, what her decision was. Like Ian kind of
Like, dude, fuck off.
like, dude, no, you gotta be on my side only. Come on.
You don't get it, bro.
Yeah, dude. You know what, man? Fine. You're on her side. That's cool. All right. Find somebody else to do the podcast with. You're fired. You're fired.
But no, I think that's sleep regression, wow.
Oh, dude, brutal.
My daughter's doing a little thing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's 3.5. So we kind of going back to the house thing. So we moved into an apartment back in August. So it was a big change for us.
Sure.
Smaller space, and kids loved it though, and adjusted really, really well. I was like, man, this is great. Like, this isn't going to be that bad. It's been pretty awful, but
I'll be honest.
I think, yeah. But just over the last, maybe month, she's doing this thing where she's me. And what I mean by that is she does not want to go to bed before like 11 o'clock.
Oh, man.
So it's like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, all right, it's time for bed. And I'm doing the nice, calm routine. We're going to brush our teeth. We're going to, go potty, and then we're going to read some stories. And she'll lay down, and then I'll go downstairs and start cleaning up or something like that. And she just comes down and she goes, Daddy, I'm not tired. I'm like,
What do you mean?
you just spent an hour doing this whole routine that was literally designed to get you tired.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'll fight with her, and then I get frustrated, and then she gets mad, and then I feel bad, so then I snuggle her, and then, next thing I know, she's wanting to crawl in my bed, and I'm like,
Fine.
Fine.
it's midnight.
Tap out.
Come on in.
Yeah,
I need some
right.
sleep.
It's fine. Anything to
so-
get to sleep, man.
I don't know what exactly it is,
Have
but
you
we've been
have you
dealing with
tried
that.
there's a book I read I think last month, couple months ago, but it's called like How to Make Your Kids Mind Without Losing Yours. And gosh, I can't think of the guy's name. I suck with remembering like authors and all that stuff. But one of the things that he recommended was it's like you don't have like I started telling JJ like because he's same thing. He's like, I'm not tired. I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, you don't have to go to sleep. You just got to close your eyes.
Right.
And then magically they close their eyes and then they eventually
They'll fall
so,
asleep.
so just kind of like don't you fall asleep. Just close your eyes. We're not gonna sleep. Just
Yeah.
close your eyes.
Nice.
You know,
I
so
like
it's
Nice,
kinda-
yeah. I tried the counting unicorns thing
How'd it
Okay.
go?
because she's a unicorn.
Oh, I get it.
I'm
I
sure you
get
do.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a daughter
She
just
loves
like dude,
unicorns.
I see unicorns. I'm like, oh
And she's like, I do not want to count unicorns. I want to be awake and see unicorns.
Oh,
Sloan.
Go buy her a unicorn, throw it in the corner. Count that one.
She's got so many unicorns in her room.
So many
The stuffed
unicorns.
animals, man.
Stuffed
God,
animals and books and figurines and
I'm pretty sure.
Let's talk about stuffed animals.
I have 100+ horses.
Yeah, the amount of stuffed
That's
animals we have,
insane.
it's ridiculous. Not so much Ben. Ben could care less. He has like 2 and he's fine. Sam has a closet full of them.
Yep.
And the worst part is my in-laws or my
Always.
parents too.
Yeah.
I'm like, my
We
mom
just
was watching the other day and
keep getting them.
Sam comes home and he's got 2 stuffed animals. I'm like, just why? I'm like, Mom, why? I'm like, I gave you a grocery bag full of stuffed animals to get rid of or just keep at your house. And she continues to buy them. Same thing with my mother-in-law. Same thing. She's like, oh, well, he wanted this Easter bunny. I'm like, say no, please.
Right.
So every
You have
stuffed
the power.
animal that we have at our house needs to have a baby. And it's
Oh, so double time right
so
there.
we get like a giant giraffe, right?
And then a
for like a
baby giraffe.
birthday, and then had to buy a baby giraffe later on, and they're always together. So it's like 2 of everything. I'm like, well, this is crazy.
This seems,
I love when the kids need like that one stuffed animal too. They're like, "Where's this one?" I'm like, "Dude, I have no clue." The basement, my car.
It's always
one of
in the car.
It's always in the car. I'm like, it's
because they
it's-
left it there because
yeah.
they fell asleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's 10 o'clock and it's 2 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk out there, but I'm going to.
Yep.
Bare feet.
Yep.
I'm walking out there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fine.
'cause I can't put on shoes because I'm too stubborn.
Yep,
I'm so
exactly.
mad.
They're
that I'm
right
doing
there, but
this.
I'm not putting them on.
I'm going to prove a
Absolutely
point.
not.
I'm
so
pissed.
mad.
And I'm going to show you I'm pissed.
Mad.
I'm so mad.
It's so funny.
Dude, kind of, JJ could care
He doesn't care.
like stuffed animals. It's just more of like he piles them up to jump off his bed onto them.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. Sam loves
yeah.
them. Ben could care less.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. The kid
Dude.
doesn't care about anything.
Well, Quinn
doesn't
named
He
them
doesn't care
all.
about anything. The kid is just like he's an
a
animal.
wild man.
Like the other day, oh, go ahead.
Oh, Quinn names all of them
Oh.
and
Oh, names
lines
too.
names lines them all up, and we go through them constantly. So they're like members of our family.
I love that.
So for example, giraffe, right? Mama Gabby, right? The giraffe Gabby, and then baby Heart is her little girl. And of course, I have to know that
Of course you do.
because Daddy, where's
There's gonna be a
baby
quiz
Heart?
later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know what is it. Is that the giraffe?
You have to study. Yeah, you have to know.
yeah.
You should know, Dad. It's like,
Yeah.
ah, shit.
We have this little tiny, like it's almost like a Beanie Baby, but it's not. It's a like pink and purple unicorn. I'm sorry, unicorn hamster. So it's a hamster with a.
It's like a
unicorn.
jackalope.
Yeah, similar. But for some reason, this thing's name is Georgia.
Oh,
Where's Georgia?
Georgia.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
the weirdest thing.
We
No
have-
idea why.
We have one named Activia.
Ooh,
Oh.
Like the yogurt.
Activia.
Hey,
No
There you
idea.
go.
no
No
clue.
idea.
There you go.
These kids, man, they're amazing.
They're
Don't know where they came up with it.
I love
That's
it.
incredible.
It's crazy.
We're about to have a third child.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
Yeah,
it's
buddy.
Hey.
another boy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were asking. We can't figure out a name. Just you can't figure one out.
Activia?
Activia might be
Activia's
it.
good. Yeah.
But my son Sam goes,
Activio.
his name should be Carl. I'm like, Carl. He's sticking to it, man. Chelsea asked him last night. Chelsea was over. She's like, so what's the baby's name gonna be? And Sam in the other room, Carl. I'm like, no, because
Dude,
all I could think of is Carl from Walking Dead, and I'm like,
Walking
I just
Dead.
couldn't
the
stand
worst
that kid.
character ever.
I couldn't stand him. He got so close to dying so many times, and then did you like Carl?
You
I
did
don't
like.
have-
Yeah, I
don't
can
have
see. I can
problems
see. I can
with
see.
that. I
his-
don't have problems with Carl.
Gary
I don't have problems with Carl.
loves characters.
I like
and-
everybody.
and everything.
I like
Oh man,
everybody.
this is such a nice guy.
I do. I mean, so to be clear, I'm not talking about the show Carl. I'm talking about the book Carl because I'm an avid Walking Dead guy for the books.
Okay.
Okay.
So not that they're too different, and he's still a little bit of a punk and things like that, but he's pretty awesome.
Okay.
At the same time.
Don't you
Does he
just
still
hate-
wear-
don't
does he
you
still wear
just
the
hate
sheriff's hat?
Gary? Don't you just hate Gary?
Wait, no,
I'm like, come on, man. I'm trying to get mad over here,
Throw-
and he's like,
alright.
he's actually pretty awesome.
I never read the
According to the
books.
novel.
I never. I never read the graphic
According
novels.
to the real factual story, guys.
You want to get real?
But I watched probably 6 or 7 seasons or
Right.
something like that,
Yeah.
and there were several major plot issues that like could have been resolved by Carl not being an asshole.
That's fine. That's
It did
all
make
good.
for good TV though.
it's all good.
I mean,
It
that's,
did.
you
I mean,
know,
it's just
you
a
need-
really slow show.
Is
which
it?
is yeah.
I don't
Walking
remember
Dead,
it being slow.
Walking Dead's very slow.
Oh, is
They
it?
take their time. They take
Yeah.
their time, but then
Yeah,
they
I
pick
guess
it-
you're right. They
pick it
develop
up.
over a long period of time.
And I think that's one of my favorite things about it. I don't know why we're talking about Walking Dead right now.
We just
Carl.
got
Pretty
into it.
excited.
It's
This is
We're
what we
pretty
do.
excited.
It always segues into something
I'm
else.
pretty excited, but no, it's what I like about it the most is there's no like cure. There's no fixing anything. It's just life.
Move on to
With
the next
zombies.
thing. Move
you
on to
know
the
what
next
I mean?
problem.
Yeah,
I have a
And it's
question
like
then.
we have to
Dude.
just do this, and this is our society now.
Yeah.
Wait a
It's
minute.
crazy.
You're right.
I have a question, and I'm not going to go back and watch, so
I'm
don't
not going to
worry
go
about
back and watch
spoilers.
either. I didn't finish, so
Either did I. I stopped. Once that alpha character came along, I stopped
didn't even get
watching.
that far.
No, yeah.
Even better, I've watched none.
Good for
So
you.
this sound like
All right, so
Carl,
then
yeah, he
we'll
sucks.
first
we'll
season's
finish this
really
up real
good.
quick then.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
When they're
I'm
at
learning.
the CDC at the very end, and the doctor like whispers something to Rick.
Oh, was that the first season?
Do we ever
the
know?
first
Is that the
season?
first season?
no, I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know if in
Yeah,
the
I
graphic
never-
novels
No,
it's
no.
revealed.
So it's still going. It's
Oh.
finally ending. It's been forever. I stopped reading because there was just so much stuff.
Yeah.
But I do have issue. I have many issues. Definitely, I don't know. A whole bunch. I don't want to talk about it.
That's the, like,
It's getting weird.
It's getting weird.
I love like talking like so like more we'd be like talking like Batman, Joker type stuff, and like it's fun talking, and then Gary will like get into like his complete like purist
Yeah.
mode. Like, when we went. It was the only movie I saw in 2019 was when the Joker came out, and it was just on a whim. Like we had been working insane.
The
like,
Joker movie.
The Joker movie.
Yeah.
We were working in
You-
like
you guys
just
saw that
cra-
one?
I did.
I have not.
It's good.
Pretty
So we
damn
won't,
good.
we don't
Good
get
one.
too much. You have to see it.
It's,
You
it's
don't have to.
Pretty
but-
damn good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I tried to watch it, and I fell asleep.
It's slow.
To be fair,
yeah.
it was like after a podcast one night.
It's
Yeah.
a bad time to get into
Yeah.
something.
It's
I was
worth
like, ooh,
it.
Joker's on HBO now.
Yeah.
And I like put it on, and I was like,
Guess what? It's still there.
It's
Yeah,
still
it
there.
is.
It's
So you can
there.
still watch
it is
it.
something that I will.
When you
still
get home
should.
tonight after the
Yeah.
podcast,
Yeah,
you start it up again.
Pick it right up where you left off, right?
You finish it, right?
So,
Right.
But yeah, we just
Go on,
that
sorry.
reminds me. Fandango still has. I have 2 tickets with Fandango somehow because I bought. We changed the
double-
time or changed what. I have no idea how to get the tickets
Because
back. But
Quinn would not go to bed.
that was it. That was
So
it. Quinn wouldn't
we
go to-
missed our movie time, and then I'm like, "Hey man, I'm gonna need like 45 more minutes." And then James just bought tickets for the
I
next
couldn't
show.
figure out how to change it or get a refund. So they
Right,
still got my
right.
money. But
So now we got a credit.
yeah. So if you guys want to go see a movie,
Joker 2 by the next time we can go.
probably.
Seriously, man.
But so we watch it, and then too, like it wasn't what I necessarily expected. But then,
Not
like
at all.
at the end, after like the ending part, I was like, oh,
Okay.
I just like, oh my god.
So it was worth
and,
it.
And for me, yeah, because it was just again, it's not your typical like superhero.
Right.
movie,
Yeah.
You know, like
Not at all.
But we're walking out, and I'm like, dude, that was awesome. Like, dude, can you believe the da 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 da? And I love the Joker. I love
Yeah.
the Joker.
Sure.
And then
So do I. I love him too much.
But Gary
Love the
just
Joker.
he just like shook his head. Like he didn't even look at he didn't even acknowledge me. He just shook his head. He's like, I like my Joker a certain way.
All right, so a certain way. Did you like the?
So I'm like,
Did you like the Jared Leto one?
no, God,
It was
no.
the worst
No,
Joker of all
the
time.
Worst. To be clear, I love Jared Leto
I
way
mean,
too much for a regular human being. I love him. I'm a big 30 Seconds to
Seconds,
Mars.
yeah.
Yeah, oh,
I'm
yeah.
a huge. I've seen him twice in concert. I have majority of their albums. I listen to him pretty regularly,
Yeah,
and yeah, that was a very bad rendition of
It was
that
bad.
character because he's one of my favorite characters of all time. I'm
Yeah.
a huge animated series Joker fan, and obviously a big Heath Ledger fan. He was
Oh yeah,
Great.
he was amazing.
He's
Heath
great,
Ledger was
right?
unreal.
Legendary, right?
Oh, that was an amazing performance.
So I wanted my Joker a certain way, but what I really enjoyed about that movie was the fact that I couldn't stop thinking about it for a week, a legit
Dude.
week. We were like,
Brian Ivancic, if we ever talk about Big B, that's him. But he's like the guy. He's like, I don't know. He's like our guru, like
Yeah,
comic
oh, yeah.
guru, like what? He's like the sensei. He's like the spiritual guy that you go to when you have a question of should I like this?
Gotcha.
Like should I like
yeah.
this? What do you think about this plot twist? But like literally, like so we're like texting back and forth, just like I don't know, man. Well, it's too much like this movie. Well, it's kind of like that, and but
I mean,
it was like 24 hours. It was like 2-3 days later. Gary texted me. He's like, I like it now. I thought
You had to have the talk.
I couldn't
thought
stop.
about-
I couldn't stop discussing it, and I was like, obviously, it stuck with me, and it meant a lot.
Yeah.
and I was questioning everything about it, and I was like, man, this is great. This is great. It was pretty hardcore.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's pretty hard. You gotta.
you should definitely
All
watch.
right,
Give
I
us-
will watch
try
it.
it again because I'm
will.
telling you it is good.
Okay.
worth the
Yeah.
2 hours.
I will put the effort in, and I will do it.
There you go. See, There we go. See, already
Fired
that's-
up.
The purpose of the podcast is get Ian into some new movies and shows.
WandaVision's over.
Yeah, we can't talk about it though.
So, we can't talk about it.
Wait, what?
The what?
WandaVision.
Oh,
I said
yeah, we can't
WandaVision's
talk
over
about it.
now, so I'll have
can't
a
talk
few
about
weeks before Falcon and Winter Soldier starts, so I can
Right.
watch Joker.
A couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple
There you go.
weeks.
WandaVision.
So the Justice League is coming out in a couple
Yeah,
weeks too.
yeah.
So is it just the same?
It's a
Movie?
completely different movie, right?
It's a director's cut. Director's cut.
Ooh,
It's
there it
a
is.
totally different movie. Basically, they're just doing a redo, but they put it in. I think it's 8 parts, but it's 4 hours 2
Yeah.
minutes, which is
That's phenomenal.
absurd. It was supposed to be a miniseries,
Yeah,
but then they just said, "No, I'm going to put it into 8 parts."
I like that though.
And we'll see how it goes. I mean,
Yeah, I hope
if
it's
the
good,
DC
man.
universe has taught us anything, it's that they don't make great movies. They make
True.
very long ones, very gritty ones, but not always the best delivery on everything.
Yeah.
Fair. Execution. So we'll see. I'm trying to go in with an open mind. I mean, that trailer. You guys watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, trailer looked pretty great.
I only watched it like 100 times, but and Jared Leto again.
He's
Yeah.
He got me. He got me, and I was like, "Damn it! I don't
know,
want. I don't
What
want
did he
to."
say? What was the line?
We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. Isn't that right, Batman? I mean, something like that.
something along those lines. That's amazing.
So good.
I was all in
Yeah.
seeing that, and I was like, "Gosh."
When does that come out?
Just March 18th. I don't know, something like that.
Specific, yeah, somewhere around
And
exactly.
then, Winter Soldier and
Falcon
Falcon
Winter
19th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Day
Oh
after.
man, that's good.
You know, it just dropped today. Raya, the Last Dragon.
I saw that.
just
We were talking about
Watched
that.
it?
No, because
No.
I was gonna put it on for the kids, and I'm like,
Yeah.
we'll have to spend another $30 for this.
It's gonna be available on June 4th.
Maybe we could wait. I don't know. I might just.
I don't know.
Well, you
It's
at
a
least
new-
have to wait
it's a
until
new
you
Disney
can all
princess.
sit.
Yeah.
You at least have to wait till you can all sit down and watch
Enjoy
it.
it,
It's
yeah.
not something you're just going to throw on the TV just to, whatever.
Well, I've done that before. So during the whole COVID lockdown, originally I bought like one of the movies that was like,
Trolls.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it's trash.
And we started watching it, and the kids were like,
trash.
and then halfway through, the kids were like, "Can we watch something else?" I'm like, "I just spent $30. We are finishing this movie tonight."
Same thing with Mulan.
Yeah,
I didn't do
buy
Mulan.
it.
I did
didn't
not
buy it.
like Mulan. I mean, I love the original Mulan.
Of course.
It's great.
Great.
Fantastic.
Some of these live action ones, though,
There's
man,
no
I don't
music,
know.
man.
There's no music,
There's no
and
music.
for how hyped up that was, the
Yeah.
effects were
Were they okay?
garbage.
I still haven't watched it because the girls don't
Garbage.
care.
Really?
Same.
They don't care about the live action. They
Yeah,
don't want
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
they're
true
a
because
little young.
it's the same thing. The kids don't really care about it too much.
Well, I don't-
Although,
I'll watch Frozen 5 million times. You know what I mean?
yeah, you start
Which is
memorizing it. Yeah,
I mean, listen, can we have an argument about Frozen 1 versus Frozen 2?
we could absolutely get into it if you want to.
I'm in.
Unless we all agree.
Unless we all agree.
If we went and
I
argue.
mean, which one is better?
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2.
2. We got one.
There's always one
Listen.
in every group.
2 is
There's always
good,
one.
man.
2
Okay,
is
hold
so
on, hold
good.
on, hold on.
Tell
Number
me why.
2 has a better soundtrack. Number 1, I think, was a better movie.
Because
Well, I think it just had a more maybe not better. I think it had a more classic plot versus, and I'm all into wind spirits and water spirits and things like that. That was cool. Walter spirits,
Walter Spirits,
Walter's into it.
these kind of spirits.
but these kind of spirits. I'm all into the spirits.
Yes.
However, I thought that the classic bad guy in Hans,
yeah.
was, I just prefer that storyline. Now I like them both very, very
Did you
much.
see that coming?
I didn't.
Guess what?
I
I'm
know.
a
I
bad
was like,
guy.
I did
They
initially.
just fell in love. What the
To
heck?
be fair, Frozen 1 came out. I didn't have any children.
Oh, so you're
Neither
just in
did
the
I.
theater by yourself.
So my wife and I
This
saw
guy.
it. My
I remember-
wife and I did
I
go
mean,
see
I'll
it.
never
love
forget when
Disney.
Ian saw it because I showed up at his house and he strolled. I got there before he did, and he strolls into the driveway in his truck, big manly, Marine rolling up, blasting the Frozen soundtrack and scream singing the song. I'm like, what the fuck is going
Dude, you know
on
why,
here,
too?
man?
That was right around Valentine's Day. No, dude, Chelsea bought me the CD.
The CD.
There was an actual
Compact
CD,
disc.
Yeah,
compact
I love
disc.
it.
And I remember that I went to go put it in my truck, and my truck didn't have a CD player. I just got a new truck. Remember that? I got that new red truck, and there was no CD player. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Did you bust out your Discman and like put it like
Yeah, tape deck.
The aux cord.
like,
Put the
like,
wire.
hit a bump, skip,
Gotta get the aux
skip.
cord. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
No, I bought it on like Apple Music or something.
Oh, worth it though.
Yeah.
Worth
Oh,
it though.
so good.
But it was so funny
good.
though, man, because it was before kids too,
Yeah,
which
it
was the
was,
best
yeah.
part.
Dude, that's
It's
hilarious.
amazing.
You know, yeah, it was great, man.
So speaking of Disney stuff, so Sanjay was in the other day. He's like, who keeps putting on the Disney playlist? And so Dad Hack, I don't know if we can hit the Dad Hack bump.
Oh, we can for sure. I'll hit it.
So
I had to hit that. That's also what she said.
so that's been my Dad Hack is like, especially too, like when you're wore out, you just maybe just you had a rough day, whatever. What wife is probably mad at you.
Right,
At
right.
least mine is all the
Typically,
time. 'Cause
yes.
I'm an idiot, but the like, I swear, like you start listening to those songs and then you're like immediately like back in a good mood. You run around the house playing with the kids, like so. Like I feel like it's great for home, but what I found was it was even better at work. So like when I'm here, I'll just be like rocking the Disney playlist. But dude, like you get that email that would normally just drive you off the edge, and you're just like, look for the bare necessities. I'm gonna reply
I love
to.
that.
This is such
So
an
good.
upsetting email, but whatever,
Oh, that's a great hack. Great hack.
I love
So-
Hey
that.
man, brings you right back down to earth,
Dude,
man.
I'm
Yeah.
Keeps you calm.
I may have lost my cool on Monday.
At work or at home?
At work.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So Erica went to Tennessee Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. And if anybody asks, I did not lose it at work. But oh my gosh, man, it was wild. But like what I noticed was because I wasn't when I was getting ready and it was just me. I normally have like I started listening to like classic Disney song, and it's like it's called like the Wanna Be Like You song from Jungle
yeah.
Book, and then also Bareness. Like those two songs, like chill me out. Just
Okay.
like the world could be crashing, and like I'm just like I want to be like you.
It's
You know,
so
like,
good.
and,
Hey man, if that works.
but I wasn't I wasn't listening to my Disney, and I got like how it goes, man. You get like email 1,
Yep.
email 2, and then email 5. It just breaks you. In
Listen,
half.
whether
Yeah.
it's movies
But-
or music or podcast content, whatever it is, like there's media out there that can actually affect your mood.
What were you talking about with like the 8-bit or 16-bit?
Oh,
the
yeah.
focus?
Oh, 8-bit
So I think
focus,
it's actually
right?
16-bit
16-bit
focus. I thought
focus?
it was 8-bit, and we looked it up when it was.
think it's-
Okay.
oh, yeah.
But like I haven't done it in a while, and I'm glad that you guys actually jogged my memory on that. But if there's something that's really boring that I have to do, I'm rewriting a policy, or like once a year I redo our handbooks.
Those are fun.
Employee handbooks and
good
parent
time.
handbooks. I have to redo those, and they take hours.
Oh, sure.
And I hate doing it. I'll put on this on YouTube. I think it's called 16-bit Focus, and all it is old school video game soundtracks.
I love it.
And so I don't know if you know this.
I love that.
I don't know if
That
you know
sounds
this.
amazing.
In like the late 80s, early 90s, like they scientifically looked at what is going to make you play this game as long as possible.
That's awesome.
And so they developed these like synthesized tunes that just went over and over and over again. I mean, think about it. If I asked
Yeah, I mean you start humming it.
to hum the tune to Super Mario Bros. Level 2,
yeah, right.
Absolutely, yeah.
like we know it, right?
Yeah.
And because we spent hours and hours and hours doing it, and yeah, like that music is meant to make you.
But it's true though, man.
And
It's
it makes
absolutely
you
true.
focus. And so I would put that on while I'm doing some tedious thing like that.
Yeah.
And I knock it out. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
oh my
love
God,
that.
this
I
is
never
great.
I never
Yeah.
looked that up before.
Hashtag-
I'm gonna
that's
have to
a
do
dad
that.
hack.
Absolutely,
Dad
it is.
hack.
Because you've seen Wreck-It Ralph, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
So
good.
after he comes out of that meeting with the bad guys and they're playing that music, whatever it is, it sounds like it's just an old school video game.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I absolutely love it. And the thing is,
All
it
the
takes me
feels.
back. It takes me back to like, so I remember watching that movie like 30 times on our vacation to the Outer Banks. And at the time, only my niece was around. Since then, we have 6 other kids in the family. So but it was just Mila. And I remember her coming up to me, like we'd be hanging out at the house, and she'd be like, "You want to watch Wreck-It Ralph?" And I'm like,
I remember that.
I'm like, absolutely. We watched it like 30 times, but it takes me back to that vacation. That's that relaxing time, and whenever I watch that movie, it just takes me back to that time in my life, and I'm like, it just relaxes me.
Dude, Wreck-It Ralph is so
I love
solid.
Wreck-It Ralph, dude.
good.
Wreck-It Ralph is so good. Okay, 1 or 2.
You know, they're both
They're so good.
really good.
One.
Two totally different
They-
concepts.
they are.
Same,
you know?
same thing as like in Frozen. Like they're 2 different movies.
No, that's it.
You can't go back in.
You can't go back. No.
That was a good try. Good try.
Good argument.
One's about straight up video games. The other one's about the internet. So no.
Right, they're different movies. That's what I'm saying.
But Frozen
Yeah.
1 and Frozen 2 are not different movies. They're the continuation of the story. Frozen
don't-
2 actually opens up the
Dude,
world.
this whole episode's gonna be Frozen 1.
Opens up the world.
1 or
We
2.
have to
1 or
understand-
2.
We have to understand more about what, where does Elsa's powers come from? What's the source of her powers? She's the
Okay.
5th spirit, brother.
All right.
Yeah.
She's the 5th spirit.
Well, how about a
We get to go
spoiler
to
alert
Asa
for
Holland.
people that don't,
Put it across the
haven't
bottom of the
seen it.
screen. Turn it off at 45 minutes if you don't want to be. Spoiler warning.
Yeah, sorry.
Who's the spoiler warning?
I don't know.
Spoiler alert.
Who hasn't watched Frozen
Whatever,
2?
dude. Okay,
It came out
Frozen
in-
2 or Frozen 1's better over there.
Oh my gosh. So I thought, well, Wreck-It Ralph
1.
I felt like Wreck-It Ralph 1 was a great kid movie. I felt like when you like the Break the Internet movie, I'm like, this is a very adult
It was,
movie.
it was
yeah.
more
Very-
dark.
yes.
It was
It's
darker.
very dark.
Like I
Yeah.
remember,
Yeah, it was, though.
I took Gibbs to go see number 2 in theater.
Okay.
and he actually got scared towards the end.
Oh, Monster
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph.
and it was almost like it reminded me of the Matrix. It
Okay.
reminded me
Yes.
of what was it, Matrix Revolution?
2?
The third,
third
one, I
one.
think. Yeah, like when they're all like,
All of them.
into the giant monster. I was like, oh my god, this
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
got some
yeah.
like Matrix feel to it.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
Ralph was like creepy though, man. Remember, like he's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
friend. He's like hopping up everywhere. It's like,
He's like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
I thought my son
And
was
there's
gonna be
a-
scared too. I was like, oh god, this is kind of scary.
Right.
He was all right, but it was still kind of freaky.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. But they're
But
both
man,
really, really good.
They're good movies.
They are
I'm a
good.
big fan.
Underrated, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
don't get the recognition, and
like all the other ones. Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
and it's not. I don't know why.
It's so good.
I mean,
So
it's got
good.
everything that you,
You know
want.
what?
It's got a cool, funny lead, and then it's also got like an amazing prince. Like Vanellope's amazing.
Oh, she's the best.
She's amazing.
Um,
You know what? They didn't get it. That's what.
That's
it
the
is.
problem. They didn't get it.
Yeah,
They didn't
we
get
got
it.
it.
We got it.
We
it.
got
we
it.
got it.
They didn't get it.
It's for us. That's what it's for. It's for us.
They made it just for us.
Yeah, right. It's just for the dads.
It's for the dads.
For the dad.
But you're right, though. The second one's cool. I love how they materialize the internet.
Oh yeah, just like
It's
the
so
like
brilliant.
literal like
The
data
pop-ups,
packets
the
and-
pop-up
yeah,
ads,
it's so,
yeah.
it's
Like-
amazing.
Go to this video. Click. Boom.
Yeah.
Zoom off in their little
It's really
cart.
cool.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's really
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so kind of tying back into the 16-bit focus and things like that, music, movies, TV shows, whatever it is, can put you in a mood. I feel like over the last year, we've all been deprived of most of those things. There's not a lot of new movies out, and then they're starting to roll
Right.
back out now.
Sure.
I mean,
Kinda.
Production was just done for a long time.
Right.
Same thing with TV shows. Music, I'm actually really bad with music. I don't necessarily listen to new music.
We're a bunch of dads, man.
So-
Yeah, we
Yeah,
listen
we
to the
don't-
classics,
I don't
man.
know if
I listen to
Claire's still
it's classic
recording.
rock now.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what we got going for us.
It's great.
But like, no, like I, so I found myself rewatching all of the Marvel movies over the last year and rewatching a lot of like the classic 80s flicks that I love and
Great.
doing those kind of things, which was fantastic. But I miss the going to the theater. I miss
Oh, yeah.
going to a concert. So
Yeah.
I have a question. When's the last time you went to a concert and you felt like, I don't want to say alive because that sounds super cliche, but like your
Felt
favorite
alive, man. I
concert
felt
experience
alive.
that was like,
so alive.
no, because I think those are the things that we missed.
I
over
haven't
the
been to a
last year,
concert
right?
in forever.
Like,
I'll
we're
be
doing
honest with
things
you.
at
It's been a
home.
long
It's been
time.
a long time for me too.
Well, I was supposed to go last year in August to my first country concert. Amanda's been asking me since we started dating, please take me to a country concert. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, that's not that's not. I'm not gonna go to a country concert, but I finally got one for us to go to. It's gonna be Chris Stapleton, who I'm a big fan of. He's great.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good introduction for me to like just kind of see what it's all about, right?
Okay.
It's fun, man.
Oh, I'm sure, right? And I hear great stories. I don't love a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
no, absolutely.
But I've tried, and I like a lot of different kinds of country.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends. So
Yeah, open mind.
but Chris Stapleton, we were excited. You know, obviously we couldn't go last year.
Yeah.
I missed the email that they sent out. I think they sent one that said, "Hey,
Claim your...
yeah, we'll give you your money back if you respond to this email," which I never saw. And we're gonna go see Chris Stapleton in August of 2021. Here,
Hey, there we go. There we go.
There you go.
Where's it at?
Blossom.
Ooh,
Okay,
Blossom.
Blossom's
All
I
right.
think
fun.
it'll be cool.
In the
I
summer,
think
man,
it'll be
it's so much fun, man.
cool. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
I can't remember the last time we went was like
He's got a
what
beautiful
2013.
voice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris.
Chris.
Chris. Oh, Chris. Oh, yeah, me and Chris
oh,
go
man.
way back.
He makes my eyes want to. Makes my eyes rain.
Tennessee whiskey makes my eyes rain.
Makes-
These head
makes
movies
my
make my
eyes
eyes rain.
Speaking of Tennessee whiskey, let me get a little bit of that Jack Singer.
Here you go, man.
Oh, you know
I
we got
brought that in. That is actually that's 4 years old, like a little over 4 years old.
Okay.
For me,
4,000 years.
You've had it for
4,000.
I had it for 4 years. My dad got that for me at the diaper party for JJ. So that was
Nice,
like
man.
before JJ was born.
He's just
so.
gonna finish it off for you. So there you
Yeah,
go.
man.
There
No,
goes
no,
your
no.
memories.
Just
Come on.
I want to keep. I just want to keep the bottle though. I'm gonna keep the
Yes,
bottle.
absolutely.
Well, here's to JJ and all of his diapers.
Yes.
Yes.
We got
Those diaper
There's
parties are the
some-
best, man.
No, the
Doug was there.
I'm so glad.
so-
I'm so glad they made that for dads.
Oh,
the
hell
diaper
yeah.
party.
Brilliant.
It's just so cool.
It's great, man.
Dude, the diaper party was the best concert I've been to.
Yeah.
That's the last concert I've been to. Is the diaper party? No.
Okay.
I was
So
kidding,
no,
but-
seriously though, back to
The concerts?
concerts. Yeah, like what I miss live events.
Oh, yeah.
I miss. We were supposed to do a bunch of live stuff
Yeah.
for the podcast last year that we didn't
Yeah,
get to
man.
do. I think being in public places with people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a people guy. Like I like
Yeah.
being
Oh, yeah.
around people. I don't love crowds, but I like people. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. A little bit.
So
Yeah, so last concert I went to was with Amanda.
okay.
And this is the second time we saw 30 Seconds to Mars.
Ooh.
Which,
I would love
again,
to
That would
it
be
was
amazing.
Awesome. It was awesome. And, it was a shame because we already saw them the first time, and it
Yeah.
was literally the same concert, but a
Yeah.
different album. And that was probably, I'm making excuses for Jared Leto, but it was,
Oh, Jared.
it was literally the same. They did all the same stuff. They did the same, confetti, big
Right.
balloon thing, and we were just kind of let down by that.
Yeah.
But he's just such a great singer that we were like, who cares?
so
This
Yeah.
is good. This is great.
And that's why he can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he can do the same thing. He can do the same thing over and over. People
literally
keep going back, and they're like,
mailed
"I know
it
it's the
in
same
on us.
thing, but
Yeah,
I don't know. We
that's
do the
fine.
balloons and people just come.
yeah, they love it.
They
Man. This is
come,
great. It's
whatever.
great. They
It's
do.
great.
I remember I had a chance to go see 30 Seconds to Mars way back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So when I was in the Marine Corps in California, we used to pick up work on the weekends, and we would go work security at these venues in California. And I would always sign up for the shows that I wanted to see. I got to see System of a Down and some
cool.
other,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Sad.
And 30 Seconds, I was supposed to work, and I got bumped for some reason. Someone else took my spot. I was like, damn it.
Dude, did anything crazy happen at those concerts? Like,
All right. So to be fair, we were working security, but we were not working. Like
Oh,
we
sure.
were there.
Rocking
You were there.
We were
Yeah.
drinking.
Sure.
Like it was
Party.
the dumbest thing ever. They're like, yeah, let's get a bunch of Marines and give them free tickets to a show.
Yeah, they'll
They'll
behave.
keep the crowds together. No.
No,
Like,
you guys are getting everybody riled up.
so you didn't get like the yellow security shirt or anything? or-
No. We wore black security shirts, which was the dumbest idea because it's
Yeah.
dimly lit and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
But that security pops though. That white just pops.
It does. It does in the right light.
like
You're
suburban
right.
In the red
Yeah,
light.
exactly. Right.
Where all the lights are on the stage. It's perfect.
But no, like we would, like me and my buddy, we would always volunteer for like the parking detail because once everyone was parked, we would just go and then watch the show.
Sure, because it didn't
So-
matter anymore.
So you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're done.
then we were
Job's done
Cool.
here.
We didn't want there were some guys that wanted to be in the shit, you know?
Yeah.
We did not want to be in
No,
the shit.
we watch the show.
I kind of want to watch a
Right.
free show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take advantage.
But I didn't get to do 30 seconds, which
I'd love to see it. That would have been pretty awesome.
I got to give a quick shout out to my wife. I don't know what year it was, but there was Rover Fest, right? And she knew that I'm a huge Seven Dust fan. I don't know if you guys like
Yeah.
Seven Dust. So they were the headliners, and then she got us tickets to go to the Rover Fest, and we saw Flo Rida, who was awesome, and we had a blast. But she knew how important it was to me, and she doesn't like that kind of music whatsoever. And this is also why I bought Chris Stapleton tickets.
Yeah. It was for her.
20 years later. But totally made it up to you, babe.
We haven't gone yet.
But no, like, so she doesn't like that kind of style of music whatsoever, but she grabbed my hand and took us to the front, and she stood in front of a speaker.
Oh God.
Oh, wow.
You go
just-
deaf in front of those things.
And she's like, she's powered through it, and she didn't like one moment of it. And I was like, I'm going to marry
What a
this
saint.
girl.
That's love.
I'm
What a
gonna marry
saint.
That
this
is
girl.
love.
She knew what she was
I was
doing.
in there like-
Yes, I know how to get this guy married.
Dude, were you getting like smashed like from behind?
Well,
with everybody?
I was behind her, so
Gotcha.
we went all the way up to the guardrail. But I just took all the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you took it all, man.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
worth
somebody
it.
gonna get body slammed.
It was worth it.
I know.
I was so
I got some
excited.
moves.
Yeah.
What a boy. Man,
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a little more emo punk rock guy. Like Newfound Glory. If you guys
Oh my
know
God,
that.
yeah, man.
Dude, I love Newfound Glory. But me and my brothers went and saw Newfound Glory. I think, gosh, man, it's probably like 5-6 years ago when they were at
The
Agora?
Wallstein
the
Center.
Wolfstein Center. No, they were
Nautica?
No, they were, oh my gosh, no, it was
Nautica,
indoors.
wow,
It wasn't
yeah.
Peabody. It was why can't I think the House of Blues?
House of Blues.
House of Blues.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, I can't. I haven't been to the concert that
Right,
long. You know,
right.
so
Yeah.
but I remember like every other like Newfound Glory is like the one band I would always just go see, and I was like, you know what? I'm just too old to get in the mosh pit. Like I'm not gonna get in there and like but like we had a couple drinks and then like we're waiting for Newfound Glory to come on. Dude, I'd, like the second that music came on, all
Boom.
four of
Boom.
us-
I'm not
all
too
like
old.
straight in the
All
mosh pit. Dude,
in.
I'm just this completely out of shape, sweaty.
The
old
music
dude.
moves
You know what I'm
you.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
It
just
does,
like,
man.
there's all these like I just remember me and my brothers like all these like you know teenager kids are there and there's like, they don't understand what's about to happen. they're like fighting to get ahead.
You don't
They're
know
like,
what's
they're
gonna
like
go
dude, they're
down.
gonna be like pull me out of here, like, you know, just like dude like but yeah I didn't like the mosh pit like fight like
No,
that- yeah,
no,
that wasn't-
no.
but I just do
The
the
shove
jumping
battle.
around the
Yeah.
shove
Yeah.
dude,
So
like-
much fun.
but oh my gosh, yeah, just kind of working your way up, and then
Yeah.
I always loved being like if I would be behind you, like I love being like second row, because like second row, because you still get pushed forward, but you have someone in
Right.
front of you to like kind of like
There's a
break
buffer.
free.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's not like
Yeah.
the
The safe
metal,
zone.
the metal gauge is like
Yeah,
yeah.
Safe zone.
Well,
So-
I would always like be inside of the mosh pits, but I'm a little vertically challenged, so I would be in like people's like armpits a lot. And
Yeah.
it sucks.
And it's getting
and I can't
sweaty
get,
in
I
there.
can't get out because I'm like this is all I got, man.
I can't see anything. I can't get out of here. Which way do I go?
Well, dude, you had to like keep jumping or like
Yeah. Jump.
you know,
Yeah, I'm
you
trying to
kinda
jump
like, have that-
opposite to the music's
like
doing.
the
Oh, it's rough.
forward angle lean, you know. So, but
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I remember the last time I was in the mosh pit. It was actually with shout out to Juicy Jeb, and
Jeb
we went to
Holder.
go see Kill Switch Engage, which is
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite band, and we had an absolute blast. But Jesus, it was disgusting. It was the only time I got to see them in my entire life. I've been trying to go see them ever since, and it's just I was supposed to see them last year. It got canceled. And I was like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was in all the sweaty armpits that
Oh yeah, I can
There you
imagine.
go.
and then we went to the chocolate bar right after.
Oh, yeah.
In our like beaters, and we just It looked horrible because we were like, we just need a breather and to
Yeah.
sit down and have a drink.
Not
And,
gonna be many people, and they're
and
gonna be good to go.
and there's people on like nice dates, and we're like, hey,
Oh, dude,
Yeah. What's up?
You're just
Smell.
you're soaked.
oh yeah,
You're
you're
so
Yeah, yeah,
sweaty,
yeah.
and you're freezing.
Yeah.
And like, I remember I bought a Newfound Glory scarf and hoodie because I was so
A scarf. That's amazing.
So it was like
NFC, bro.
NFC.
That's the most buffer guy mosh pit statement I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So
then I
when
bought the
after
hoodie and the
mosh pit,
scarf.
I always go get the scarf.
You gotta get the scarf,
bro.
Dad hack. Get the scarf
Yeah, yeah.
every time,
I love it.
dude.
You don't want to catch pneumonia.
Man, I never got to go to a concert that I really, really wanted to go to. Like to see somebody I really wanted to see. I mean, Metallica was amazing.
Dude,
I mean,
that
it
was
was
a good
freaking
show.
amazing. First concert I ever went to. It's embarrassing, but I had free tickets for my mom's work. Went to Creed when I was in ninth
Dude,
grade.
that's awesome.
Dude, no, they put on a
That
good
is
show.
awesome.
Wait, hold on. Did we go together?
No.
That was my first concert in
No
ninth
shit.
grade.
Yeah.
Me
All right.
and
So
Witterman went.
I went with my.
Me, Witterman, and Nick Jones went.
It was me, Fatika, my brother, and his girlfriend.
Listen,
That is the craziest thing. Like,
But I was in the
we've known each other for 30 years.
And I didn't know you went to the Creed concert.
that is not embarrassing.
All right, good.
whatsoever.
Dude, I
It
love
was
Scott
amazing.
Stapp.
Scott Stapp was great. It
Dude, he
was
was
before.
awesome.
It was before he was a super alcoholic and couldn't remember his
Yeah. Then they
lyrics.
start. Yeah.
Can I talk about a Creed moment?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Cavs championship night, 2016, right? Beautiful beautiful evening.
June
right?
20th. June 19th.
19th.
Father's Day.
19th. That's
Yes,
a big
it
day for
was.
you. I want you to talk about that after.
Oh yeah. All
yeah. So, Cavs win,
Yeah.
right? Beautiful.
Amazing.
I was at my buddy's house. Amanda asked me not to go down. She was pregnant, and she was like, "Do not go downtown." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" I asked a lot, and she was like, "I just don't want you to get stuck down there. We don't know what's gonna be like. I mean, we know they're not gonna win." And I was like, "Yeah,
Do we though?
yeah." So I don't know. It was hard to.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So I was at my buddy's house, and then Cavs win. We don't know what to do with our hands.
Yeah.
You know, we're like,
Nobody-
I don't know what to do with it.
Wait, we
Because
won?
even though we won, we were still like something's gonna happen.
Yeah, something's wrong.
There's gonna be a 3-pointer and a foul.
A 7-pointer just hit. Yeah.
The little button, the thing pops up from NBA Jam in the middle of the floor.
The hot
Curry hits a
spots.
5.
Yeah.
Hits a 5-pointer.
The
It's
hot
like
spots.
Yeah, the
Hot
hot
spots.
spots.
he's on fire.
So me and my dudes, we were just like, we have to celebrate. This is amazing. This is history. So we go over to the Circle Lounge, right? The beautiful establishment, the Circle Lounge over in Eastlake. And we are just celebrating, having the best time whatsoever. And there's a guy who comes up to us, and we're sitting there over by the jukebox, and I'm like, $20, or no, I don't know if it was me, but it was somebody who had $20, and we were like, we're gonna play something, right? And then this guy comes up, and he's like, Creed. We're like, all $20, and we're like, yeah, okay, dude. And then we put it in there, and then it's like, chur, and then What If, just like, what if? And now it's gonna be stuck in your
Yeah, it
head.
is, man. I might listen on the way home.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
The best
that's
time.
incredible. Dude, Creed was good.
All right,
Creed
good. I guess I'm not.
We
embarrassed.
hate, but we all know it. We all love it.
It was
They-
the shit, man. I mean,
Dude, My Sacrifice, WWE, just the best
yeah.
videos of all time. And that song just always resonates with me forever.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's okay.
Thank
well,
you, Scott.
I'm
Thank you,
so
Creed.
flabbergasted that you were at that concert.
I know. I had no idea.
remember that was
I'm not surprised Nick Jones was there.
No, it was me, Nick Jones, and Witterman.
Okay, I'm not surprised Nick was there.
And I remember we were down low, but not on the floor.
Yeah.
And that was like my first like experience where like I was going without like parents.
Yeah,
Something
with friends.
big. You know what I mean? And there was just like weed everywhere.
Oh, so much weed.
And I was like nervous
take
that
me
my
higher?
dad was, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I was like, dude, my dad's going to think I was smoking weed because it's everywhere. And this
Sure.
and that, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I remember.
Yeah, I went
from
to
it.
the Up and Smoke tour.
I went to that too.
With my mom and my brother because she had tickets to the Loge.
From work.
Yeah, so we
yeah.
went. And
Sweet.
you want to talk about weed?
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
I bet.
I mean,
was there, brother.
You
I was
were there
there,
too,
yeah.
dude. I was contact buzz being in the loge. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
I was
I'm
like
sitting there with my
in
mom.
middle school, I think.
Yeah.
At the time, and
Yeah.
that was a great concert.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was a great and Eminem was just starting to get
Yeah.
really big, and he just dropped the Slim Shady. No,
Yeah.
no,
That was,
the Marshall Mathers.
yeah.
The second one. It just came out.
Oh,
and
it was so amazing.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Best
dude.
album that he has, by the way.
I would agree with that. I agree with that.
I think too.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
because dude, it was like
It means the most.
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you have something to say?
Yeah,
You have this look
okay.
at-
Yes.
Ian has this look on his
I don't
face.
know if I want to pivot from our conversation yet.
I have something.
No,
Okay.
no.
You want to
I
know
got more for that, too.
I'll say one more thing.
Okay.
I went to the most recent concert I went to, which is crazy. My brother's friend, his wife, dad owns like he's like part owner of like Nautica, like Live Nation.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he would get tickets to everything. And I'm at his house one day. He goes, "Hey, we're going to a concert later." He's like, "You want to go? We have an extra ticket." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" He's like, "Skrillex."
Skrillex.
I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll check it out."
Yeah.
It was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
I
not a huge
remember-
I'm not a huge fan. Like, but dude, that music was, and just
Yeah.
the whole experience was amazing with all the lasers and
Sure.
shit. It was amazing.
I remember getting his
I never went to
Snapchats
EDMs or anything.
from that night, and I
Sure.
was like, dude, I just want to party right now.
It
Like,
did.
that looked amazing.
It was phenomenal.
yeah.
It was crazy. It was like nothing I've ever been to.
Sure.
It's like the whole experience was amazing.
Did
But
Did you get in, like I bought, speaking of compact discs and stuff, I think we were talking about CDs before, but like
Speaking of cassette tapes.
Because speaking of compact discs,
yeah, flip over to side B on
you
the
know,
cassette tape.
like, but I bought the Skrillex CD.
Yeah?
I remember like did you get in? Like I remember it's when I bought. It was like my first like official grown up car. And like it was like it's like a Chevy Equinox, but it came with like the free XM.
They
whatever.
came with
yeah.
the
Yeah,
Skrillex
and like
CD.
and then
Skrillex
CD.
Like, good luck. You're getting a ticket on your way home because you're gonna be speeding.
Skrillex
Yeah,
made a really
yeah.
big deal with Chevy on their
Yeah.
Equinox.
Dude, they're gonna fly off the shelves. No, it was. So I got the free XM radio, and I can't remember. I don't even remember the station, but it was like all
Dubstep
like,
radio.
dubstep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dubstep
But dude,
radio.
I was like I got so into it. I'm like, you know what, man? Dubstep's just gonna take over the world, man. Like, you know, like, this is
He's sitting in the car.
like,
Like, one of these things.
just like, dude, just getting all pumped up
Yeah.
for work and everything. But like,
Darude,
like I
yeah,
got really
Sandstorm.
into. I don't
Yeah.
even know what happened, but like, I got really into it, and then it just, at least for me, it just kind of went away.
Went away.
Yeah.
It all did in
I
general
mean,
went away.
they still do stuff, but I don't. It's not.
There's no one like
nearly-
that's
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
big for a minute there.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I think they do more like renditions now.
Yeah.
With people that actually have that sing, so there's actually like lyrics and such to it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
they're more like DJs now.
They're like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
actually play music.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
it's-
right.
Well, that's the thing. Like the Skrillex concert, like he's not making the music. He's behind his little board. He's pushing all his buttons
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
spaceship, and I'm like, that's all just
It's cool.
pre-recorded. But it
I
looked
don't
amazing.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what's the
know.
point though? I mean, you don't have to.
I don't think it's pre-recorded.
I mean, he would like run away from like his little spot and like run around the
Dude,
stage and shit. Like,
all
I'm
right.
like, you're not
All right,
pushing those buttons.
So hold on. Like my brother does like EDM and like.
Oh, that's true. So you might know a
whatever
little bit
it's
more than
called.
I do, yeah.
He's probably gonna kill me if he ever listens to this because I don't know if that's
He's not.
exactly what he does. Yeah, he's not listening.
He's too-
But he does electronic music, right?
Got
and
it.
like he does live sets on like radio stations and he like I don't know, like I don't understand it, but I guess he's good at what he does, right? Like he's moving to LA in June. by
Is
the
he
way.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Wow.
that.
Good for
cool,
him,
man.
man.
Hey.
My brother's moving back from LA.
Oh, really?
In June.
No, like, a couple weeks.
Oh,
So yeah,
nice.
so they're
Yeah, they're gonna
Flippy flop.
keep-
So,
keeping it
but
going.
like he does his stuff and he does everything live. That's his thing, and he doesn't want to be a sellout.
Sure.
and like whatever.
that's,
and
that's what my
whatever.
brother said.
Yeah,
too.
right, right.
I don't want to be
But
a sellout.
I,
bro.
I
I do.
I have asked him about it like before, and he says that like
True
you-
dad right there.
He says it's like playing chess though. He says that you're doing things so far in advance,
Sure.
and then the music catches up.
Yeah.
So like they could
Because you got to
like,
anticipate.
right.
Yeah.
That's why they're
Right.
sitting there with their headphone like this.
right, right, yeah. Well,
Mixing it up a little bit.
I think that's
My
just
brain
for the
doesn't-
gram.
can't even like understand that.
It's for the gram,
Yeah.
bro. Whoa.
So what? All right. So what are? So speaking of dad hacks and EDM and like
Yeah.
steps ahead. So like I feel like that's like a lot like parenting.
Ooh.
Is- you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
Like that is
Fucking philosopher.
like
Philosophizer.
Skrillex is the best parent ever.
He's gotta be. I get it now.
You know, but like you just always like
Dude, that's a good correlation, actually.
You're always like trying to
Anticipating.
be 3,000 steps ahead, and even when you're 3,000 steps ahead, you're still 3,000 steps behind.
You
Yeah.
are, because you have a plan.
Yes.
Sure.
And
a
you
day,
have to
a
have
day
a
in
plan.
advance, you're like, okay, I have this whole plan of how it's going to go.
Yep.
And then that day happens and it doesn't go that way
Yeah.
because
Nearly. Yeah.
there's
Not
always
at
a
all.
wrench thrown into something and you're
For
like,
sure.
oh, Jesus Christ, we need to pivot and figure something out. So
Pivot.
always got to pivot. That's what we're doing. But you're right, though. That's a good call, man.
Dude.
I like
See,
that.
your brother's going to be a great dad one day.
Hey, cheers to your brother. Best dad ever.
Does he have a girlfriend or anything?
I don't
Is
know.
that
Does he have a kid?
monkey shoulder? Where's that monkey shoulder?
Oh, monkey shoulder, please. Live studio audience. Help.
Thank you.
So that was actually provided to us,
By
donated.
Andrew Samich
Andrew
and Associates,
Samich.
CPA. Get your tax ninja on.
I'll throw it across the screen.
There,
Yeah, okay.
he said it.
Okay.
I didn't say it that time.
Seriously,
We got a
the best
monkey
CPA in
shoulder.
town for sure.
No, that's awesome. I actually had dinner with him the other night. So.
no.
Oh,
He did, yeah.
That's
Right
awesome.
before we had a podcast.
It's good
That's
people,
true.
man.
He is super good people.
Oh, another bottle coming in.
Jeez. We have literally so many bottles.
There's a plethora.
Plethora.
Oh,
Ooh,
plethora.
nice.
That's a good word.
you go.
No, dude, James, I would agree with you 100%. Like anticipation and then rolling with the change in environment.
So, all right. So let's get real here then.
Ooh, I like real.
Like this time last year, ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
It's like quarantine. But dude, you own daycares.
Right?
Like, no daycare. Bye.
Yeah, right.
You're like, and so like I remember even it's just like, okay, it's us and nothing's changed except the kids are here all day.
So
and we can't
everything's
leave.
changed.
So everything's
Right.
So like, what are some things that like you learned from quarantine and like being home with the family?
Yeah.
Like, and I guess I'll say mine real quick and if
Yeah,
that
please.
But the one thing, if I look back on the last year, is like life always gives you what you wish for, always, because like what you focus your mind on eventually will come true. Just life, so life will always give you what you wish for, never in the form, or never in that exact form that you wanted it. Because this dude, like, so like obviously we March to August we didn't have daycare. Like my mom, like so my
Right.
mom's daycare, like if it. My kids weren't at my mom's daycare, be a Little Scholars for sure. So just saying, Little Scholars, shout out. So the, but the biggest thing is like they're back, and then November shut down,
again.
and then December shut down, and then like, dude, like they've been in daycare 2 weeks this year, basically.
Right.
So like it's just
Right.
it's
So big
like.
adjustment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember like when it got shut down for 2 weeks. It wasn't like, it's like Erica called me. She's like, "You ready for this?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is not good." Bill, I was at dinner with you. You're like, I'm always talking about, dude, the daycare's closed, dude. I'm so sorry, dude. But he was my witness. I got the call, and she's like, "Not this Friday," because it was Monday. Not this Friday.
Yeah.
Next Friday. Next Friday, they're back to the daycare. So like, when I went home that night, I just remember I was like, Erica, I would have killed for the amount of family time that I have now. Like everything I ever wanted was more family time. And life was like, here you go.
It gave it to you.
It
just
gave-
not
it
in
gave
the
me, you know
form
what I mean?
that you were
It is
expecting.
not
Yeah.
in the form you expected. So I guess,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So like, I guess, even for you guys, like I'm sure like
Yeah.
a year ago, you're like, man, that'd be so nice to just get some, like, it'd be nice if the world could just shut down for a couple
Right.
days.
Stop. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if everybody could just
pause.
shut down
I
and
feel
shut
that all
off.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a
Like,
break. I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just need to be quarantined by a global pandemic.
Yeah. He's like, oh, and then it happened. You're like, thank God. Here we go. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted.
You know what? That's a good attitude, though. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is like from my perspective, when everything got shut down, at least my view of it was a couple weeks. We're gonna take care of this, and we'll
Remember
be good.
that?
Well, you did because it was just
Yeah.
like, okay, it's like
Nobody
Wednesday.
knew.
I
Here we go.
looked-
We're shutting down.
Dude,
It's like,
just the
oh,
other
okay.
day, I was looking through I was looking for a certain letter that I wrote. I had to like copy and paste and re-edit and whatever. And so I happened to stumble upon my first letter that I wrote to my families, like my first communication that I wrote to all of our families at the daycare. And it was like, listen, for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be shut down.
Just 2 weeks.
We're not going to charge you and this and that. And like, going through this whole plan of operations, and it was going to be, we'll be back. And,
Dude, I remember you called me.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I know exactly where I was when you called me. I was driving home from work, and I had to cut through downtown Willoughby because there was a train on Beidler. So I'm right down the road over here on, what is that, Clark?
Yeah.
I remember having that conversation with you. You're like, hey, this is what's going on. I just need to let you know. I'm like, well, fuck.
Like, yeah, I called you before.
You're like, you did. You're like,
kids supposed to go.
I'm like, that's something. I'm like, what am I going to do with my kids? I can't.
Because
I need you, bro.
You did it early.
Shut down a week before we were mandated to.
Yeah, you were ahead of it.
I remember we had a conversation with my management team.
When was that?
It was March 19th.
Okay, no. So my mom's daycare did the same thing. It was like right before.
Actually, I
St. Patrick's
talked
Day.
to your mom about it.
Yeah.
And basically what I had said, I remember is, and I don't know if this is good or bad, but at the time, given the information we had, I was like, I don't want to be forced to shut down. It was a week after bars and restaurants on a Tuesday got told at noon that as of that night they were closed.
Right
Yeah.
before St. Patrick's Day.
I was like, dude,
Yeah.
I cannot let
Insane.
my parents, like my families,
Can't do that. Yeah.
have no notice.
Yeah.
I am going to preemptively do it, and we'll get through this. It'll be fine. Couple weeks, we'll be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I remember writing this thing, and I think it was 3 months later we opened back up.
Dude, because I remember you were ahead of
Nothing
it.
could prepare
You were
you.
ahead
You
of
were
it
ahead of it before
I'm like,
anyone else.
because we hadn't been told anything at work yet. Like,
And it was a tough situation because I didn't want to like put families out, but I didn't want to put them out in a 6 hour notice either.
Right.
So I said, all right, as of this date, we're going to shut down. Trying to calm everyone down and, try to do the right thing. And man, did I not know what was coming.
Nobody
'cause-
did, man.
I know.
You
I know.
I still remember
was so
the
hard.
beginning of it. Like, I remember that first weekend when they're shutting everything down. I was doing like a step competition for work. Like, I had to do
Like,
you get the counter on your phone. Like,
oh,
so like
I'm thinking like
alcoholic
stomp
steps?
the yard,
Do the
like
two-step.
we were doing that too as part of the competition. And I won, by the way, so don't worry about it. But I remember walking around on like Euclid Ave at like 10 o'clock on like a Thursday or a Friday night.
Ghost
Not one car on the road. It was the creepiest thing. I remember I'm walking by and there's a cop in like the YMCA parking lot, and I'm walking by and I'm like, am I gonna get like in trouble for being outside? Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
it might be a curfew. I'm not supposed to be around anybody. Like, I mean, I was
Yeah.
walking down the street, but I looked weird because there was no one around.
Yeah.
It was creepy, man.
Felt weird.
Yeah.
It did. I was like, this is it. Zombies are coming next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yep. Walking Dead. Walking Dead.
Yeah, right.
I was prepared.
But it was a winning Walking Dead because you're gonna win that step competition no matter
Damn
what.
straight, man. I was like, I'm dedicated. I need to get my
global
steps in.
pandemic or not, I'm winning this
My
freaking
dude doesn't
contest.
lose.
I don't lose,
He
man.
doesn't
I don't lose.
Definitely doesn't lose step competition.
No, I got my
Did you
$200
rep-
gift card for Home Depot. So
Did you rep the Thetas?
obviously,
So good.
I love it.
No, I remember when we all got shut down, and I was like, all right, I'm going to make the most out of this opportunity. This is an opportunity. It's not I was trying to be super positive.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm going to rip out the floors on 3 of my centers, like the oldest floors
dude.
that we have.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ripping them all out, and I'm going to do this. And so, like, my wife still had to work. So I made all these plans, and she's like, well, what are we going to do with the kids? And I was like,
Oh.
just leave the windows open. Give them a bowl of water. They'll be fine.
so I remember at that time, like there was no travel restrictions or anything like
Yeah.
that. My mom flew in. She's like, I'll watch the kids. You're good. I'm like, okay. I was going and doing like 12,
Do you know how to do all that?
no, but
good.
I have a guy that does.
got a guy.
And I could be his laborer. you
Got
know?
it, got it.
So like for 12 to 16 hours a day, I worked more, and by worked I mean like physically, like
Assisted.
manually working
Got it.
more than I have in a long, long time. And it was amazing. Like I felt so good. We did a ton of good work at the centers. But then it was like, well, it's been extended. And I was like, all right, well, let's do another project.
Get into the next
and then all
one.
of a sudden, like I spent like 3 years of maintenance budget in like 3 months.
Yeah, and you're like, well, this is gonna open up anytime soon because I'm gonna need that money back.
All right, we really need to open now. But yeah,
I remember coming to help you over at the Willoughby Center, and that was the first
Yeah.
time I was like around anybody again.
Right.
And it was kind of weird. Like
Even-
I was around
yeah,
Harry
even
and Arco, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"You guys, don't get too close to me. This is kind of weird." You know, it was uncomfortable. It was
You didn't
scary
know,
because like
right. We don't know.
because the way it made it sound is like I'm gonna be around these not strangers, they're my best friends, but it's like
Yeah.
we don't know where they've been. They've been
Right,
around other
right,
people
right.
this whole time. It's like, oh my god.
But like James,
terrifying.
to your point, it was like I remember wishing that I could like shut down for like a week and just do what I needed to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it happened. It's not in the way that I wanted it
I
to.
said a week,
right.
damn it.
Right. But like, you know, I always wanted to redo, especially at like our Willoughby Center. It's an older building. I always wanted to redo the floors, but it's
Yeah.
like I am not shutting down for a
To
whole
do that.
week to
Sure.
do this.
Right.
And as soon as we knew that we were going to do it, I'm like, I'm scheduling this, I'm doing it, and we
Yeah.
did it, and it was wonderful.
It looks great.
But yeah, just not the way that I envisioned.
Quarantine
it
kept on rolling.
It kept going and it kept going. Yeah, I remember the beginning of it having like these plans drawn up. I'm like, all right, we're gonna wake up, we're gonna stretch it out, we're gonna do some yoga, then it's gonna be learning hour, then it's gonna be activities, then it's gonna be lunch, and it's like I had all these things drawn up, and like
That's good. That's
I did, it was great, and then like a couple weeks go by, and I'm like, just do whatever
Just-
you want. I'm
Yeah,
put on,
right.
dude.
do whatever you want. I'm exhausted.
If not for Blippy, I think Erica would have murdered me, and I'd be like a shallow grave in the
sure.
backyard for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
Blippy,
dude,
man.
Blippy was the only
Blippy's the
thing
man.
Julia like because JJ would count like JJ's like me. He'll just kind of like something's on the TV and just
It's okay. Yeah.
just like
Right.
zombie go and like but Julia like if not for Blippy. Thank
I
you,
don't know
Blippy.
how-
Blippy, if you're out
I don't know
there,
how I'd
you
make
know,
it
like,
through.
It's,
Thank you,
my
Blippy.
God.
It's funny. My oldest is the
Yeah.
same way. Like, it doesn't matter what's on, he'll get into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Sloan, like recently, it's got to be. I don't know if you guys know about Shimmer and Shine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
got
know
to be
about it.
Shimmer and Shine. Right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's only like 6 different episodes that she'll watch.
Yeah.
And she knows exactly. She'll be like, no, this one. No, go left, left, left.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm, all right. I got it. It's the
I love
sleepover
it.
one. I got
I
it.
love it. Like you're like trying to like
a horrible
accidentally
story.
get that. You're trying to get. No, you're like clicking. You're like trying to click past it. Like just like, pick the next one.
Yeah,
Right,
come on,
right.
please.
Like,
I'm like,
I
no,
kinda just don't wanna watch this
and they're like,
again.
no, go back. That one. I'm like, you
like-
watched that one like 30 times.
I hate this one.
Yeah, it's like I try to do like the if I had the kids by myself, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give them some screen time so we could all just relax for a little bit. My son Ben will just zone out. Sam, you give it to him for like a half hour, then all of a sudden he's like, puts the iPad down, and he's like, Dad, let's go do this. I'm like, son of a bitch, I want to take a nap for a little bit or something. Just give me a few minutes.
though.
No, it's great. He wants to
Yeah.
do other things. He wants to
Right.
go. But Ben is just like zombie mode, man.
Yep.
I might have to take it away from him. I'm like,
Yeah.
you got to get off this
That's
thing.
tough.
It
It's
is.
tough.
But I mean, sometimes I just need that break. Like on Saturdays when Liz is working and I'm by myself,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
guys, it's around 1. Like, let's just all relax.
Dude, I am all about normalizing screen time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think the shame that people get for using technology in any form, whether it's an iPad or a TV or whatever,
we watch TV, man. We played our
is-
games, whatever.
we did. And
I played all the games.
as long
Hell
as it's
yeah.
not all you do,
Sure. Yeah.
there is a place for it, and I don't think that you should feel bad
Well, why
about letting
wouldn't you
your
use
kids.
technology to help with things like education
100%.
at home? So,
Absolutely.
like,
My kids do they have
Yeah.
their learning games on the iPad. They
Yeah.
do them. You know, I mean, there's a lot of great things on there. I mean,
On
there's a
the-
lot of mindless
on the-
bullshit a lot of times,
What
but
do you guys have? Like Kindles, iPads, things
Kindle.
like
So-
that?
we have
Kindles?
we have the or they're the Fire tablets for
The
the
Fire
kids. Yeah,
tablet.
yeah.
So
So
we
they
have
have
Liz's iPad
Yeah.
that I bought her for her birthday years ago, and then it got to the point where you couldn't update it any further.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm like, well, I got to buy another one because the kids had to do the at home learning, right? When they shut down schools again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to buy another iPad. So now we have 2 iPads, but the one I just couldn't update it far enough to get like
Sure.
the school program onto it.
Right.
So I had to go buy another one. So we have 2 iPads.
Yeah, we have. My mom just got us a couple of Kindles for both girls, and there's like endless. I think it's reading. There's endless math.
Yeah.
It's just the girls have gotten very good at spelling, and I haven't had to like teach them that.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is
It's
like
great.
amazing. But what's really neat about it is there's like a setting that you would have to choose how long they can do like educational things before the whole thing
Yes.
opens up.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
I thought was like very genius.
genius.
It's great.
Yeah, and we limit the time on there.
Yeah.
So like Quinn is allowed to do her tablet time when Kai is taking her nap. So it's like she gets an hour and she does it then.
Okay.
And then that way Amanda gets a break at the same time when the baby's down sleeping.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it's all for her.
Yeah, I mean, because they have to do it.
Well, and we need breaks.
Yeah, you need
Adults
breaks.
need breaks.
Of course.
It is.
It's not technology's not the devil.
No, it's not. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not advocating for you to wake up in the morning and put your kid in front of the television until they go to bed.
And I'll tell you what, man, you put the kids in front of the TV, you got that CBS Kids app on your.
Yeah.
Those shows are amazing.
Which one?
There's all kinds of educational ones. They have the number blocks.
Oh yeah.
My son's count he's like, 10 plus 8 is 18. Like he's from watching that show. Like after a day, I'm like, good job, buddy. Like he's like telling me like he's doing addition.
Yeah.
Just from watching that show. And then they have like Word World. Okay. Is another one, and all the characters are words. Like what they are is spelled out on their body.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it teaches the kids how to spell. I'm like, this is great shit. Like Sam's like, I want to watch Ryan. I'm like, no, we're watching Word World. We're gonna watch something educational before you go to school. Like,
and that's what I even liked about Blippi too. Like JJ, like
colors. He's
like JJ,
awesome with colors. Right?
JJ, but JJ could like barely talk. And he's like, Dad, I'm an excavator. And I'm like, excavator? What do you, how do you, I don't know. Like,
they say these words and you're like, wow, I didn't tell you that.
We're just they have a great song.
The
songs, man.
Excavate.
Yeah.
They're great.
See you later.
Yeah, so good. Hey,
right.
dirt. Yeah. So
There's a lot of positive.
Creed was one thing. You start putting Blippi into my head. Come on, dude.
Yeah, right.
Creed and
Blippi.
Creed and Blippi, man. Oh man, they had a concert together.
Have you read the Wikipedia on Blippi?
No.
Oh, what was it? The Harlem Shake video? Yeah, where he took a dump on the car or whatever.
Wait, what?
No, he took a dump on a person.
Oh, it's on a person?
Come
on
on.
a person.
Yeah, that guy that does the Blippi was like, remember the Harlem Shake? We made a video.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We did. We weren't taking a dump on anybody.
Hold on.
We didn't take a dump on anybody.
Our Harlem Shake video was amazing.
It was phenomenal. Ian got burned.
Sonic the Hedgehog was involved. I got burned.
A giant fire, a chainsaw, a leaf blower. It started off with me dancing, and it just turned into chaos. It's so hard to find that video on YouTube, by the way. We have it.
Why is it so hard?
Try to look up Harlem Shake fire. Oh.
That's what she said.
Yeah, my bad. I was behind on that one.
We will have to find that video.
But no, the Blippi thing, though, I didn't know that. My brother told me. I'm like, really?
All right, so don't say. I just want you to read it.
Okay.
And I want you have to get video of him reading it because you're gonna see his eyes be like.
That's like the TikTok videos, man. The reaction.
So I have a question then, because this is going to go back to what I was going to say about Eminem. How is Blippi not canceled?
Right.
If not that I agree with cancel culture by any means, but like that seems to me like that would be some kind of a cancel thing.
Yeah.
He was able.
But now he's just influencing children. This guy, you can't say anything. Like something comes up from years ago. They're canceling all these old shows and books and like these.
Dude, did you see what's going on with Eminem right now?
Yeah, they're trying to cancel him because of
I missed
the song where he
that.
says, "I'm gonna tired of the bed and light the house on fire."
Yeah. And
I'm like, well,
all
they
these people
didn't
come
listen
out,
to Kim.
Did you listen to stuff he put out like
Early
a couple
on?
years before that?
Yeah.
You wanted to get into some dark shit. Listen to his
Hilarious
first couple
to
of
me.
albums.
Jeez.
But you're right, though. They always-
disconnected from everything.
I just saw an article about it today about they're
really?
trying to cancel Eminem.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when
There's like a petition out there. I'm like,
FCC
dude,
tried
come
to
on, man.
cancel
Is he
him.
the GOAT?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eminem?
He might be.
He might
think
be.
he might be.
But what about MGK?
Dude, MGK got burned by Eminem, and he completely changed his entire style of music.
Genre.
By the way, have
punky
you
pop.
listened to his new album?
It's amazing.
It's so good.
He just all of a sudden turned into Blink 182. I'm like, I'm like overnight. I'm like, what just happened? Like he gets burned by Eminem, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm not doing rap anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he throws it in there every once in a while.
He does, but it was funny though. How
I mean, he
what
did
the hell?
pretty good going at him.
And then
He did, but
the
it's
rap
like,
devil,
and then he
really-
landed.
but you know, there's
Then he landed Megan
I
Fox,
thought
so
it
I
was
guess
good.
it's all right.
yeah,
Yeah,
true,
right.
true.
Good for him, I guess.
But there's one thing any rapper out there will ever say is never mess with Eminem
Sure. Yeah.
because he'll destroy you.
Yeah. Dude, did you see Dr. Dre got like sick?
Yeah,
Oh, he hit it.
Yeah,
Aneurysm.
I think he's okay.
Yeah, it was bad though,
I was
man.
really nervous there.
Not Dre.
Yeah.
No.
We go way back.
Dre go way back, man.
Dre Day, bro. Dre Day. Yeah, no.
It's true,
Oh,
man. Yeah, but it's this whole cancel culture, man. All the stuff
Yeah.
that's going on.
I'm just
So
waiting
I wanna
for us
know-
to get canceled.
Any minute now, man. We're talking about this. We're up next.
Yeah.
I don't know, not enough people
Dude,
watch us
we
to get
know with
canceled.
our Fire Up Friday stuff, like when we first were gonna upload it, EC3 it was like a war veteran guy. you
Yeah.
probably know better. Like what? he
No, I
actually
don't. I
posted.
don't know better. He's just a guy that has a barbershop, and he was able to express how he was feeling and things that his thoughts into a great like rap, and it was extremely powerful. It was awesome. It was just one take, and then they just put him in Facebook jail or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait.
Social media jail.
Wait, how did this correlate? I missed it. Like, so EC3.
Oh, sorry. About getting canceled and all that. Like that's
yeah.
where it's just like he was trying to just like put up a video for this barber,
To promote his talent.
Okay.
and because of just it wasn't anything bad, but it was just
Right.
like there's a couple things in there.
And some
He
opinions.
said one person complained, and they just
Shut him down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
You don't have it anymore. Depending on what you're talking about.
no, it's you can say whatever you want as long as it's about the
right
certain-
thing.
the
Certain
right thing.
things, yeah.
And
Because if you go
you
against
need-
it, then
yeah.
you're screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, hence the girl from Mandalorian.
Gina Carano.
And she
Yeah.
and she's such a quiet person.
She wasn't very quiet though.
No, she got out there and said what she wanted. But I mean, come on, man. She
She's an idiot.
shouldn't have said those things.
I mean, here's the thing.
But
that
she has the right to. Am I wrong?
you have the right to, but you don't have the right to.
I don't know
be-
exactly. It was that. I guess I didn't really pay attention too much about.
Here's the thing.
She called her team. Or no, she called America a
She
bunch of
compared.
Nazis.
Okay, so that's
Not great.
So
Yeah,
you,
that's not
so,
good.
So you
Not
have the right to say anything that you want. You do not have the right to be absolved of the consequences of saying what
something you want. Yeah.
Correct.
Well, dude, think about the people that are paying her, and
Yeah.
what came out was the fact that it wasn't her first offense.
Oh, it wasn't. I didn't know
Wasn't.
that.
So
she said something before.
She said something for a couple of months in a row or whatever. And
Okay,
they
I didn't know that.
probably gave her warnings,
And then she kept doing it.
and she kept just doing it because she's a star. And
She thought she could get away with it.
yeah, and Disney's a huge company.
Yeah.
And they
biggest
can't.
company.
They
The
cannot,
biggest. They own
cannot
everything.
Stand for that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And
Well, I mean, you don't want to
represent
have
them.
any type of black eye in anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're representing that company and stands for so much stuff.
that's
And
true.
and
No,
that brand.
you have to be careful because
Yeah.
you don't want to get in
I mean, that's
trouble with
Say
anything.
whatever you want. They don't have to stand by you.
That's true. I mean, they have the right to get rid of you. Absolutely. But I do have a question about Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Mrs. Potato Head?
There is.
still.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know.
There's one that exists.
That's what I mean.
I don't know if they.
I
Still
know that. I
make
know that
them.
from Toy Story.
Yeah,
that's true.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know from
great
Toy
film.
Story.
I don't know.
Great film.
Yeah, to me that was just a bad business move. You're
Yeah.
taking SKUs off the product line, right? Like
Yeah,
you're
right.
not having as many products.
Right.
I mean, I don't
It
really
didn't-
care, but like,
I don't know. I just thought that one was weird.
It was
weird one.
weird.
Because
It's
like,
weird.
I mean, I'm fine. Hey, whatever.
yeah,
But there's a Mr. Potato Head and there's a Mrs. Potato Head.
So what's the problem?
Right.
Yeah.
seems okay.
I don't know if they're trying to get ahead of something or they're just trying to be careful. I mean, that was their decision, right?
Yeah, I don't think there was any outcry about it.
No.
And then they like in response,
Or
did
they
it.
just wanted
But it could have
some
been
sort
internal.
of response. You know.
I
Some
mean,
sort of
listen, if there's a
PR.
marketing value to it of like, hey, we're gonna do this. I wonder what they're not. Maybe people weren't buying Mr. Potato Heads, and
Yeah,
now
probably
there's
not.
I think
now
that
they're
sucks.
selling a
It's
shit
it's
ton of
crap,
potato
it's a crap
heads.
toy. Let's just.
Let's be honest.
Well,
It's not
no,
that
it's
great of a
not
toy.
that
good.
No.
Dude, no, that's the thing. Probably they're like,
Maybe
hey,
they're
we're,
saying-
like,
maybe-
hey, we're getting rid of Mr. Potato Head, so everybody buys it.
Yeah,
And
everybody.
I think-
That's
but
true.
At the end of the day, I think that's what's tough is like, no matter what side you're on, like the answer is always in the middle. There's always a conversation in the middle that's going to make everything make sense. But like nobody wants to actually talk about it. They just want to yell about it and
Yeah,
scream about it. But
right.
like I think that's what the interesting thing is. We're trying to like. It's like we're trying to understand these companies making these kind of not off the wall, but like
Well, they seem off the wall,
They're very extreme one way.
Yeah.
You know, like you would think that like they would want to meet in the middle. That's if you're running a business, but like, end of the day, they're just trying to sell more stuff.
Right.
You're right, though, because
Like,
they might
so-
be able to sell more potato heads now because, like,
Yeah.
Mr. Potato Head is kind of like not a very popular toy.
Very
Right.
neutral
Kids don't
potato
want it.
heads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids don't-
Neutral
Potato
potato
heads.
heads. So now they're like,
kids
well,
don't like
hey, maybe I'll
carbs,
start
eh?
buying this one
Yeah,
because it's
'cause people
different.
Just the fact that people are talking about it is what it's all about.
This
I'm
is
sure.
the most I've ever talked about Mr. Potato
Yeah,
Head
right?
in my
It's
life.
true, though.
Besides
Listen,
Toy Story.
I bet the
yeah.
secondary market right now is going crazy for Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then in 2 years, when they re-release Mr. Potato Head, because it's now
it's gonna be a big
socially
deal.
acceptable,
It's okay again.
They're gonna sell millions of them.
I'm not buying one.
No.
I think we do have one though.
I have two.
You know what? You know which one I have too? I have Anderson Varejao, Mr. Potato Head. They gave it. It was a giveaway. Remember? They
That's
gave out
amazing,
bobbleheads.
yeah.
I still have it.
Wait,
So-
it's a bobblehead or it's a potato
I mean, not a
head?
bobblehead. I'm sorry. They had bobblehead nights and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
they had Anderson Varejao
Potato Head.
Potato Head,
With
That's
his hair.
amazing.
with the hair,
the big hair.
a jersey.
That's
Yeah,
probably worth
sweet.
a lot of money.
Oh, my kids
JJ
are-
has a Spider-Man Mr. Potato Head.
That's
Really?
awesome.
See,
Yeah, so
there you go.
But then
Sell
it
the
can change to
variations,
Iron
man.
Man, so it's pretty.
So yeah, it changed.
Pretty
Like
slick.
It
do potato
changes
head like
to
that, man.
wait, hold on. It changes to Iron Man.
Yeah, dude, there's a Spider-Man.
What?
Get up, and there's an Iron. Yeah.
It's a Marvel potato head.
Hmm.
I'm jealous.
I kind of want one.
Yeah, and I was jealous too. I'm like, I didn't get this.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get this growing up. Like,
Yeah.
I had
so
Lincoln
cool.
Logs.
Lincoln Logs were amazing, by the way.
I
My,
love
my
Lincoln
mother-in-law
Logs.
has Lincoln Logs, and whenever we go over there, the kids play with them like crazy.
Yeah.
And
that's
I'm
cool.
sitting over there playing with them.
Such a good toy.
Yeah.
They have like a barrel. I mean, like I'm talking like the size of this stool right here,
I
filled with
literally know what
Legos.
you're talking about
Sure.
because I
Just
am a
filled with
father.
Legos.
Yeah,
oh my
dude.
god, I love Legos.
Legos are great.
Christmas Day, I'm building all the
You guys
Legos.
building?
Oh yeah, I'm building. My son.
Are
My
you
son's
a
like,
master builder?
I'm getting close, man.
Yeah,
I'm like
that's cool.
Emmett.
Good for you.
I'm like Emmett from
Yeah.
Lego Movie. But
Yeah.
no, the kids are like in bed, and I'm still at the table just building everything. I mean,
awesome.
I'm it's like therapeutic.
The
No,
best.
Yeah.
I was to say like coloring and
I've-
Lego. Like, dude, Julia, like we got like the markers that like only show up on.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Genius.
Yeah.
And like, and she'll be like done coloring, and I'm just like, Julia, don't you want to keep coloring? This is really
Dude,
nice.
coloring is very
awesome.
therapeutic,
So
man. I'm
therapeutic.
sitting over with the coloring books with them, and I'm like hanging
Yeah.
mine up on the fridge.
So
I'm like, yeah, yours looks good, Sam, but look at
good
mine.
work, Dad.
Like, Quinn's starting to
A+.
like draw,
Yeah,
which is
Isn't
really
that so
really
cool to see?
Yeah, it's just like this is mommy, this is me, you're over here, and
You're over here. We hate you.
you and Sissy.
Yeah,
we're
you're
over
always
here.
over there.
yeah, we're always over there. And then my eyebrows and all my pictures are like the angry eyebrows. I'm like, why do I look so angry? He's like, well, I'm just doing emotions on this one. I'm like, why is Dad so mad?
But you know, what's
time
great
out.
about the
You
pictures, real quick, is like she draws us like Mr. Potato Head, like it's just like the body and then like stick legs.
Yep.
You're like, oh, and then Amanda's like, oh, that's what I look like.
Okay, that's okay, cool. Yeah,
No, babe.
yeah.
No, babe.
No, that
No,
no,
honey.
no.
No,
Babe,
I
you look
assure you.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, you look great.
Don't even
Yeah.
look at that. That's wrong.
That is
that's
not,
a 4-year-old's drawing. Don't
yeah,
you worry.
That is not art.
I told her
This
good
is garbage.
job, but I didn't mean it.
Yeah, this is garbage.
You look great. Yeah. Just
Quit,
right.
stop it.
Sorry,
Get in
sorry,
trouble.
sorry.
Well, so it's another example. Like, it's even the cute things your kids do, they still get you into trouble.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, but my question is, so like talking about like pictures of you, are like they got the angry eyes. Like, I'm definitely the enforcer.
You're the enforcer.
I'm the enforcer.
Yeah.
And
Do you
like,
see James as the enforcer?
No.
No,
right?
well,
He'd be
dude,
the pushover.
Erica does not take crap from anyone for any reason at any time, except if it's
Except for
JJ and Julia. Man, it's like no cookies. Oh, here's 5. You know, like this guy. Like, I'm like, well, you just said no cookies. Like, what are you doing?
I'm like,
And,
hey, you're going
so-
back on what you said.
So, but oh my god, it was the other day. Was it last week? Yeah, last week before she went to Tennessee and nothing. There's not a hiccup at all.
Yeah, everything was great.
Everything was perfect.
I was, dude. It was like, you know how like those proud moments of your kid. It was like a proud moment of Erica. I was like, she came around. She's like, I told him no cookie if he didn't get his shoes on, and
Such a big test.
and he didn't get his shoes on. She's like, so I didn't give him a cookie, and I'm just like,
She was physically
but
hurt
dude,
by
she
it.
was like,
Yeah,
she was
right.
like, she was
Devastated.
Like, but she was like, it was really hard, and I'm just like. I was like, babe, I am so like I gave her a hug. I'm like,
Good
I'm
for
so
you.
proud of you.
Proud
That's
dad
an
moment.
amazing proud dad
Yeah.
moment.
There
I'm
you
just
go.
like-
Already nailed
but,
one.
But it's it's just so like I don't want to be the so like it's just kind of again like you're like trying to like bounce up ideas off like,
Yeah.
your fellow dads. Like, am I just like that like drill start?
But you know what? There's
No.
nothing wrong with that because I kind of am too. And then the kids are still drawn to me though. Like, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying like I'm the favorite, but they still come back to me. Like,
That's right.
even if I'm going to be a dick and be the enforcer, you know,
Yeah.
they don't hate me for it. You know,
Right.
they don't hold a grudge against you. Like, and it sucks doing it because it's like so difficult.
Yes.
You're like, all right, well, if you don't do this, then you're not going to get. We're not going to watch a movie, or we're not going to read this book. You're going straight to bed tonight, and then you have to do it.
Yeah.
But you have to follow
Sucks.
through.
You have to.
Okay, but here's the big secret. If you're not the enforcer, you might not understand this, is that short-term memories. Like the kids the next day love you you're still dad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because
you're still mom.
Because I mean,
Right.
you know those nights where you go to bed like angry,
yeah.
and you didn't close out the night by like talking it out with them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they went to bed and they knew that you were still like upset about
You
something.
feel bad.
You feel terrible. I lose
yeah.
sleep over it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, he's gonna have dreams about this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel so bad in the morning. Like, I'm standing over his bed, like, oh buddy, like, I'm so sorry. I'm like whispering in his ear, like, Daddy loves you. Like, you know what I mean? I feel so terrible. But you're right. Short-term
They
memory.
wake up?
They wake up and they're just like so excited to be around you. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know if it sticks with them. I mean, they might remember some things, but I think it's
they
important.
remember.
Listen.
I think they remember.
Yeah, but I don't
you
think
know?
they hate you for it.
No.
They remember,
It's a
but
lesson
There's
learned.
no like remorse about it.
Yeah.
You know what I
know?
think they
Yeah.
remember more though is that you the next morning loved them.
Yeah.
You know what I
agree
mean?
with
Like
that. I agree with that.
I think that humans, whether they're 3 years old or 30 years old,
Sure.
Yep.
need to be put in check sometimes.
Absolutely.
And
But know that there's unconditional love.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
correct.
No,
yes,
that's
there's
perfect.
there's
well said.
conditional discipline with
Right.
unconditional love. Kind
I
of thing.
can I can make a mistake, get reprimanded for it, learn from my mistake,
Yeah.
and then still be loved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still receive the positivity from the people that are most important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Dude, that's what's wild is like it is crazy that you're raising human beings, but it's just like, yeah, when you're 30,
crazy
dude,
responsibility.
I just turned 37, man. I'm almost 40. But even same thing is like I still need love. Like I need to know, like I need to know that you guys
course
still
you
love
do.
me, bro. I know they know that.
Yeah.
I need Dougie Doug to still love me. And, you know, so like.
And he still does.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank God.
But there was the book I read. I read a book. Yeah, but it was awesome. But he's like talking about like don't say good, like you're a good boy, you're a good girl. When you do, it's just kind of like, hey, that's a good job, great. You know, I love it. I love it when you clean your room. Doesn't it feel good? That so it's kind of like, and it was just weird because it like brought back like, oh, this is kind of how I am how I am is because I was always like trying to like get that treat, get that reward,
Positive
positive reinforcement, but like separating like you're not mad, like I'm not upset with you, I'm upset with what you did,
Right.
Yeah.
and
The
like
action.
making sure they know it's like it's I don't think any less of you. I just am Dad is not happy with the fact that you just broke everything.
Yeah.
Dude, all right. I have a story. About a week, maybe, it was like 2 weeks ago now. So I talked about Sloan having her sleep regression.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was downstairs and I could hear her up in her room. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let her work out her sillies and she'll go to bed eventually. And
Shake my silly.
Yeah, right.
Shake,
yeah.
shake.
So it was like an hour later, and she comes downstairs and she goes, "Dad, I need you to snuggle me." I'm like, "All right, fine. If you're ready to go to bed, I will come upstairs.
Yeah.
We'll read another book if you want, whatever." So I did that. We're walking upstairs to her room, and she, like, I can just feel that she's excited. And we get to her room, and she has legitimately cleaned her room. I mean, way better than I would ever expect a 3-year-old to clean her room. And she looks at me, and she's just like, hands behind her back, like turning.
So proud.
So proud. And I was like, "Baby, this is amazing. I want you to go to bed. It is time for bed." But I made sure that in the morning, I was like, "Sloan, you did such a good job cleaning your room." And she was so proud of herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And
That's awesome.
like,
She teach JJ?
yeah, right.
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
And like, listen, she is what I would consider to be a typical teenage girl.
A
And, like,
three-nager.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
A three-nager. Like, her room is always a mess. Like,
Sure.
she is very into her clothes. So she'll put on
How many outfit changes per day? So many, right?
Many
Oh my
outfit
God.
changes.
Ridiculous.
This one's not pretty enough. This one's not sparkly.
Right. This one's not. This one's not as fabulous. And I'm like,
Fabulous. Oh, I love that. That is amazing.
But like for some reason, and we must have just done a podcast or something, because I was very much in tune with my inner dad.
So much hair.
stop.
That is the
This
first
portion
on the
brought to you by
podcast.
Grundle.
I don't know how to feel about that.
It's not coming. I feel weird.
I feel weird. I feel violated.
Thank you for that.
Gotta
Thank
love
you.
a live studio audience. It's not the first time we've been mooned, though.
No?
It happened outside that one
Oh,
day.
it did happen outside. I
Yeah.
didn't get to see
No,
the
because your back
actual
was to him,
mooning.
yeah.
Oh.
I saw the aftermath
Was it like a random
of
person?
the mooning. Yeah, yeah.
It was Spence's brother-in-law.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, lost train of thought there.
Anyway. I remember, though, being like proud of myself for understanding what the situation was and saying, okay, she did a thing that she's super proud of. I'm going to praise her, but it is also time for bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then I said, like, in the morning, I have to make sure that I
Yeah,
like
she knows.
over exaggerate
Yeah,
the fact
yeah,
that
yeah.
she did a good
Yeah.
thing.
That's good.
But yeah.
What did you do?
So I got her up.
Put her in timeout.
Hey, great job on the room, but you still didn't go to bed on time.
You think about what you did.
Daddy was playing video games and you interrupted us.
So no, like I went up there and I made sure that she went to bed, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Listen, honey, this is great, but it is time for bed." And she did. She went to bed, and then the next morning I woke her up. So typically she'll wake me up. She gets up and she comes and snuggles, whatever.
Yeah.
I made sure that I got up early, got out of bed, went into her room, snuggled with her, and then when I got her up, I was like, "Sloan, look at your room. Who did this?" And she's like, "I did it." I'm like, "You did this?"
Nice.
She's like, "I did this." I'm like, "Sloan, this is amazing." And I actually took her out for donuts
Dog.
There you go.
Go.
There you go.
because she loves a good donut.
Donuts with
That is
that.
awesome.
Celebrate
do-
the small accomplishments.
Father's Day, like they would do donuts with Dad. You guys
Yeah.
do donuts with Dad?
Yeah, we used to. We didn't last year because
Due
we were
to
shut
the
down.
global
But,
pandemic
like,
of things.
Yeah, we like doing the muffins with mom, donuts
Muffins with Mom,
Dad.
donuts with
Yeah.
Dad. Yep.
We do another one. What do we call it? Pastries with parents.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
We do like a more
touche,
inclusive thing, like where. So we always get the one or two kids that like dad's not around or mom's not around, and so it's never a big deal. We always just like make sure that everyone's included or whatever. But we do a pastries with parents. Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
There you
I like
go.
it.
That's awesome.
That is great. I was thinking about Sloan being up all the time because we'll play video games.
What games?
Call of Duty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty.
We
Is that
play,
the new one? Oh,
That's
no,
the
it's
new
Cold
one.
War.
Oh, Cold War. Yeah.
So, like, we'll be like, all right, hold on, Sloan's up again.
Yeah.
It'll go.
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm the
He's
only
like-
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so last week, Ben walks out,
Guys, stop killing me.
and he's
all
like,
right?
yeah.
You gotta cover.
Come on,
him,
guys.
dude.
Yeah.
Phone's up,
Oh,
Mike.
we have to stand around
Stop it,
Ian, and we
guys.
have to protect
Stop
him.
it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But Ben walks out of his room last week, and he's got like he had a cup. He had his water. I don't know how he got it, but he comes over, sets it next to me. He goes, "I'm done." He goes, "Hey, Dad, what are you watching?" I'm like, "I'm not watching anything." He goes, "Oh, games." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right." And then he walks around, turns around, goes back to his room, and goes to bed. I'm like, "All right, good. I don't have to go
Nice.
put him to bed now." He's phenomenal with going to bed, though, man.
Wow.
The kid is like,
My kids are horrible at sleeping.
oh man. Ben was
I mean, they're great.
he's easy because he's difficult in other areas, but when it comes to sleep, he's the best, man. Like
Yeah.
he but with him, like when he was in the hospital and everything, like he was never one to cuddle
Okay.
because the first 2 months we didn't get to hold him. So it was like he slept on his own. Like we couldn't hold him, touch him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So since then, like he's always been like very independent. Like
Yeah.
like I'll go lay with him for a minute, and he goes, he'll just go, all right.
Get
I'm
away
tired.
from
He
me,
goes,
Dad.
I'm tired. Go. He's like, go away. He just tells me to go away. He'll push me out of the room, and sometimes he'll slam the door behind me. I'm like, okay, well,
Love you
Hey,
too,
dude,
buddy.
dude, it's hilarious. He actually does this.
yeah.
Well, dude, that's like you
That's
just want him to
awesome.
go to bed, but you're like at the same time when he does it that way, you're like, well, I don't want to.
I know. I'm like, I like
What
peek
the
back in
heck?
there.
Don't you want to
Like,
snuggle?
Yo,
I get-
I'm Dad.
Yeah, it's like it's me, dude. It's me. He's like,
Come
no.
on, bro.
He just goes,
We
he goes
can read
go
another
away.
story if you want.
He just tells me to go away. I'm like, oh man, it's already happened. He's 3.
Yeah.
Come on, man. But that's just how he is. But he sleeps. He's great.
Yeah.
Impossible to wake up in the morning.
Wow.
JJ's like that.
He will not wake up.
Impossible to wake up?
Yeah, once JJ's asleep, man, he's like me, just out like a rock.
Wow.
But that's the problem. Like even when Erica was gone, I did an experiment, and I let Julia cry it instead of like, because we put the baby, we didn't close the door. Like the closing the door was like I think it was like freaking her out kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like we put the baby gate so at least she could like see or
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah, you get the light on or something.
But same thing. Like Erica would be up like every hour, and I'm like, wake me up, I'll handle it. And but she's super mom mode, just like going.
Sure.
And but Julia just screamed for fit. So it was like flashbacks to like baby days when
Yeah.
you're like gotta let them cry it out.
Right.
It's so difficult.
And dude, I literally had to put my pillows over my ear. Like my ears were like ready to bleed. Like
I had nights where when the kids were babies, I had nights where I'd put earplugs in when we were trying to sleep train them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we
Dude.
like just let him go. It's like, oh my god, and it's so painful.
So
I have
painful.
earplugs in. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
and
can't go
like-
back to sleep.
And then you get that moment of silence, but it's really just I'm like
Yeah.
And it's like,
They're just
Yeah, just-
breathing, yeah.
and,
running up to get
oh,
even
man.
louder.
But so, dude, what I found out was, well, hey, Julia can scream at the top of her lungs where like my ears want to bleed, and JJ will not wake up at all. So, dude, JJ will sleep through like a hurricane,
Yeah.
and then, no, dude, I love you, Julia. Love you.
This is forever. So
Yeah,
Both
so-
of my girls love waking up.
What's that? Dude,
Love
Julia's
it.
up.
yeah,
She was up at
Love
four.
it.
Sam-
I'll never forget 4:47 a.m. Like the whole time
not
that
fair.
Erica was out of town, like 4:45. She was
Yeah.
up. I'm like,
Dude, it's brutal.
dude, weekdays, my son Sam will sleep a little bit longer, but weekends,
he's up early.
he's the first one up, and he's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, dude, why don't you do this during
They
the
know.
week?
Yeah.
They know.
They know.
They were off school today.
Yeah.
Yep.
5:30.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, I don't have to be to work till 8 today. Just let me sleep, please.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys don't have to go to school. I don't have to make anybody breakfast.
Yeah.
Please just sleep.
They just
And they're
want to
like-
hang out,
Yeah.
you know? And that's
It's like, Dad, he's like, let's go get make some waffles. I'm like, just wait like another hour and a half.
yeah.
I mean,
I'm
waffles
s-
sound pretty good.
waffles
Yeah.
are good.
I do like waffles.
Waffles are great.
But
Your
I
kids
don't-
Way
eat-
better than the pancakes.
My kids love French toast sticks.
Really?
Oh, so we bought some of those
Okay.
a couple weeks ago. I mean, we flew through them, but God, they love those things.
So
They're
good.
so
And
good.
they-
I love them.
They smell so good. And
They
like,
do.
I'm so
have
like,
to
you better eat
introduce-
that before Dad just digs in. Right?
I said I like, watch them. I'm like, all right, guys, time to get ready. You guys done? Like, no. I'm like,
You're done, right?
you're done,
You're
right?
just like hovering
Yeah.
over.
And we're
them,
like, done. I'm like,
I'll take care of those. I'll take care of that.
oh,
So
my God,
funny.
That's awesome.
oh
That's
God.
amazing.
You said you guys don't really do breakfast too much, right?
No, we don't.
Kids know?
So
They're intermittent fasting, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I need to do that.
So Gibbs just doesn't
Doesn't like
want
it.
to eat in the morning.
Okay.
I mean, if I give him like a yogurt or something like that, he'll eat it. But
Sure.
your typical breakfast food, like I like oatmeal in the morning.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
wants
yeah,
nothing
love
to
Keeps
do
you
with
full
it.
for a while.
Yeah,
Love the
yeah, it
oatmeal.
does. He wants nothing to do with that. For a while, I was making Sloan eggs in the morning, which is just it's a large undertaking, I guess. Like it's not
for her? Or
It's a
Well-
large egger taking. Taking. I see.
Egger
Getting
taking.
there, getting there,
Egger
buddy.
taking.
That's
I mean,
it.
I'm so
Nice.
eggertated.
so typically. I guess what I'm saying is, for the longest
Dad
time,
joke.
it was
Oh, I suck.
either yogurt. No, it was
Dad puns.
the effort is appreciated. No, for the longest time, it was like yogurt or a banana or something
Sure.
like that. Very easy.
Yeah, yeah.
I like
And then she
easy.
started wanting eggs, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll
Dude,
get the pan.
eggs
out
aren't
and I'll
hard,
do
bro.
this. They're not.
They're not.
Yeah, they're
But
not.
You want a dad
compared
hack?
to- here's a yogurt.
You want a
Yeah, I
dad
want-
hack?
yeah, I want a
well,
dad
I,
hack.
you're, well,
Here's an
you
egg.
don't really need it because you guys don't really do breakfast.
I cook.
Well,
so-
that's the dad.
That's the dad hack is don't have breakfast.
Oh, just
Low
don't-
expectations.
don't
We
feed
shall
your
have
children.
no breakfast here.
No,
We will not be doing
Do not
breakfast.
feed your
They will
children.
feed you at school.
That's
Get out
perfect.
of here.
That's perfect.
No, but I was for eggs. Like I will prepare the eggs. I will cut all the fruit because I usually give them fruit,
Yeah.
a waffle, and sausage every morning.
Waffle every morning, huh?
Yeah, or
Nice.
pancakes or.
Are you doing like the flippy? Like,
No, I'm not getting that
Okay,
crazy,
all right,
dude.
all
I'm
right.
like, this is toaster shit.
Eggos.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Eggos.
okay. Yeah,
And then like the
Eggo
sausage, I
waffles.
throw a
I
couple
haven't had one in so
sausage.
long.
They're
I'm
so
sorry, go
good.
ahead.
Blueberry. Oh,
You already
Can
know.
we have waffles?
so
All
good.
right, so can we have us back and we're just gonna eat waffles?
Yeah.
the whole time.
I will bring waffle.
And
I'll bring Eggos in.
tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
waffles.
I don't
Tattoos,
have any
tattoos.
tattoos.
Dude, we'll get your.
You
first
have no
tattoo.
tattoos?
I don't. I had like tattoos drawn up of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just never went through with it
Now
That's
it's
his
your
problem.
chance.
because I was like, you know what, I might regret this. I don't know if I'm gonna want this. I just never did it.
Well, you just like cut it off. Dude.
Like Ian's, I know that one that he's got on his forearm that he loves.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Another thing about bouncing ideas off your friends. Thanks, Ian.
I mean, seriously though, like this tattoo was so this started out as a single band around my forearm,
Okay.
and I was 19 years old. I was in Japan, and
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Yeah, you did look directly at him. This is awkward.
I'm not even Japanese. Wow. No.
Pee break
I
or-
would.
Pee break. Actually, do a pee break. I do.
Okay.
You can.
Dude, that was. Why are you looking at me? Like, dude, cancel.
Canceled. Show's over. Shut it down.
Wow.
Oh, that's too funny.
Anywho.
Yeah.
This show's ridiculous.
I'm living in Japan.
Eyes here. Eyes here.
No. So I get this tattoo that I think is going to be sweet.
Yeah.
And it's a
This is
solid,
forearm one?
Yeah. So it's a solid band. And if you look close, you can actually see.
I can see it. Yeah.
And so I don't know if you guys know this, but Japanese ink is like a thing. Or at least it used to be.
Okay.
Where it's like the purest black that you can get.
Okay.
And it's so I go there and I get it. The next day, my arm is bubbled up in like
Oh.
Did they do it the old school way?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And it was super painful and it sucked and
It got infected.
there was a lot of like infection and
Yeah.
scar tissue and everything else. And then so I had to get it covered up because it just looked really, really bad.
Yeah.
And so then of course I come back home and I get it covered up with like a tribal like flame.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, because that's badass.
Right. So, yeah. It is.
Let's get his reaction over here.
Really think about your tattoos.
I did, and then I didn't get any.
Should definitely get some.
I know. I thought
Definitely
about
get
it.
Dude, that would be a great episode.
It would be a lot of fun. And I will tell you this.
With me getting a tattoo.
of all of us, dude. Just all of us
Getting-
getting tattoos.
All right, we'll just
and-
get like the Talking Dads tattooed on our backs.
Yeah. Huge back piece. Like suburban dad. Yeah.
There's our fans. Typical.
IBB dad.
Oh, here comes the bras. They're
Yeah.
flying out the windows again.
Again, right?
This happens all the time, guys.
Every
I'm
day.
sorry.
I will say this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I will say this. Getting a tattoo is also a therapeutic experience.
That's what I hear.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's pain or if it's
It's a
just
release.
like like a release
Yeah.
of constant. It's just like
You guys are weird, man. Every time I got tattooed, I'm like, damn it, I forgot how much this hurts. Like,
it's been a
It
while.
sucked. Well, it's like the
What you-
initial's really bad, right?
Yeah, it's-
And then it gets better.
How many?
it was the first way I
while.
was able to like shut off pain. Like I remember like my first tattoo. Like I just remember I was able to like just like
What was your first
Brad?
tattoo?
my first tattoo. It's a
Can you show the team?
I don't even.
Just take your shirt off.
Just take
Yeah, you just take your shirt
Oh, yeah,
off.
I can totally
It's
see
fine.
it.
pants off.
Hey, man, just get comfortable. Take your pants off.
Can you see it?
We're all friends here.
But it's the Japanese symbol for strive.
Okay.
And but
Does it
you
actually
remember-
say that, though?
well, dude, I don't know.
It just says
I don't know,
small
like,
penis?
It does, like, yeah, it's like it says like complete loser. So that was like my last day of high school. My buddies were
Okay, yeah.
they had like these plans to get these tattoos forever, and I was like, okay, I'll get a
Yeah.
tattoo
Yeah.
too. And
Right.
and dude, great song, but Everlast, What It's Like, and he had
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Japanese tattoo like on his neck.
Yeah.
like, trying to, like, the-
Yep.
and I'm like, dude.
That's
yeah.
it.
Well, remember when we
I
were in
want
high school, how
something
like
that.
badass, like they had like all the Japanese symbols. Like remember the hats?
The hats, yeah,
Yeah.
for all the Major
Yeah.
League Baseball
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
man, I
yeah.
had one of those. It was
I
so
had the
awesome.
Yankees one.
I can't remember which one I had. But whatever. Yeah, those were. It was very popular. So everybody was
Sure.
getting like the Japanese writing on their arms and
Oh, yeah.
everything. That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
very popular.
So I forget I have it. But I mean, like
You
it's,
can't see it, so
you
Well,
can't
yeah,
see
that's
it,
true.
But like, so like for me, like all my other tattoos though are like family stuff. So
Yeah.
like, as long as I don't get banished from the family, I always like.
then we're
I
good.
will like the.
Well, I feel like the one that you have on your bicep is it where the other one is. You can go ahead and flex on it. That had to hurt. That's a sensitive spot right there.
It's well, dude. What hurt the most?
Keep
is
flexing.
it- There you
God,
go.
those biceps.
Anytime now.
This is so,
Wait, what's above it? I'm sorry.
so if you look,
Tell them this
look
cool story.
more closely.
Can you
here.
zoom in on that or
yeah.
no?
No, it's So it was this whole Sweet Dude Club thing that EC3 and those guys like they did, and like I'm like, how do I get how to become Sweet Dude Club,
It's
whatever.
like a hot quarter.
And they're like
Remember that?
when what's up?
No, go keep going.
Malarkey's went to Malarkey, so it was like the whole like typical downtown Willoughby get messed up night, and the one guy and was like, yeah, dude, time because it was uber sweet, so he had like the 2 dots. He burned me with a cigarette,
Yeah.
but he burned me so deep on each one that it just looked. The Uber just looks like a butt. It just looks like a butt on my arm. So I got butt sweet. So
All right.
Hey.
but
And then you get a tattoo
It
right
was-
below it.
yeah, the
Uber sweet. Yeah.
Uber sweet.
So cool.
Uber sweet,
Butt sweet.
butt sweet.
Butt sweet,
butt
man.
sweet.
Butt sweet,
Yeah.
dude.
So there
I
was
got both of my biceps done, and they
dude, you're not
weren't-
even flexing, and they're like 3 times the size.
They
of mine.
weren't
22, son.
they weren't pleasant spots.
No,
Those
that's
are
it's like a sensitive
sensitive
spot,
areas.
It's
man.
not a great spot. The worst was my rib cage.
Mhm.
Okay.
I may or may not have the White Tree of Gondor tattooed on my rib cage for Lord of the Rings. 'Cause
Wow.
I'm really cool. Really cool.
really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. That's definitely the worst spot out of all the spots I have.
On the
tattoos
ribs?
on. Yeah,
I've
it was horrible.
I've heard kneecap is the absolute worst.
Why? Of course. Yeah.
Right. It makes sense.
Of course. God, you ever fell on your knee before?
Right.
Horrible.
I
Yeah.
was, when I was in the Marine Corps, there's this dude that got this like, it was like a tree with like a bunch of hearts. Remember? Speaking of music, like emo punk bands, The Used.
The
Oh, the
Used.
Used.
There was,
All
Yeah.
right, so time
Bert-
out. Small
Bert, right?
claim to fame. We played with them at Peabody's.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. I love
Yeah.
the Used, man.
So if you remember that album cover, whichever album
Yeah,
it
dude,
was,
it was sweet. And they were like the dwindled
it was the
hearts.
dude like with a gun to his head, and then like what came
But
out
it
on
was
the
like-
other end was like hearts.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like that scene, but in a tree. on
Okay.
his
And like
knee.
the hearts were on nooses, like kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Wow,
yeah, I
yeah.
don't know. He had that on his like a
On his
whole piece
knee?
like that on his knee.
Can you sing some of their songs?
Can you sing for us?
What's that
can.
one?
Hey,
What's that
hey.
one?
Hey, don't make this weird.
Excavator.
Don't make this weird. Just sing.
No, dude, the Used they're so
They were
good.
awesome.
So good.
I
So good.
loved the Used.
And that-
Taste of Ink.
Taste
dude,
of
Taste
Ink.
of
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Can you
Yeah.
understand? Yeah. So
I remember, like-
his voice, dude. Like you can't really like it's him.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
going back to music, like so again, like the Used put me in all the feels. Like I remember
The feels.
Feels, man. You get the
I-
feels on the show.
I was living in 29 Palms, California, and that's when I was really into the Used. And my buddy, he had this Audi, and it was like this piece of shit Audi, but it was stick shift. And I remember we used to drive this thing to Vegas all the time on these like little weekend getaways, and we were always just like jamming to the Used.
Yeah, man.
And it was like out time.
dude.
We always just call it out time.
Bro,
Oh,
man. Yeah.
I don't know. I loved it.
Have you guys ever heard this band that James is talking about? I'm always going to put it over. I'm a huge fan of it. That's why.
Which
This band, his band.
Oh, his
Oh,
band. Yeah,
his
yeah,
band.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my.
His band.
I know he was in a band, and
Oh,
I've
man.
I'll be honest, I'm not completely hip to everything that you guys have
If
done.
you can find a CD player, I still have CDs from our album.
Okay,
I'll get
perfect.
You gotta autograph it. Number one.
Yeah.
Yes, please do. I have a
Oh.
PlayStation. I can throw it in there probably.
Yeah, dude.
Throw it in my PS2, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, my
We'll play.
PS3, my PS3 has it recorded on it.
Dude,
Really?
You're wearing,
Hey.
you're wearing my wrestling shirt. on the Cutthroat
Yes,
Crew
Cutthroat
shirt,
Crew,
which
man.
is really
Cutthroat
cool.
Crew.
Super cool.
Dude, that's what.
We used to play his music at all of our parties all the time and just throw them in during like playlists and then just watch.
Yeah.
How people would like be like, I think I've heard this before. But like, you
No.
only fucking heard it here.
Yeah, that's the only place you heard it, buddy.
It's like, that's it, dude. And they're like, nah, that's not James.
Yeah.
That is.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So wait, speaking of like
Life After August was awesome, by the way. So
All right, well, I
we
need to get hip to this,
We
man.
need this.
Give me a
we
CD.
will.
So I'll get you a CD. I'll get you a CD.
Honestly.
Yeah. I'll get it to you. Yeah, Life After August, and then but the band that played with the Used was the
what's in that band?
high school band. We were Renob.
Renob. Okay.
Okay.
Hang on.
All right.
Been renobbed before?
That's what she said.
Don't know what I'm supposed to say here.
Don't answer that question. So pass me that monkey shoulder
that
Oh,
there.
there you go.
Speaking of monkeys,
Look at this.
Wait, hold on.
Three
I have
monkeys.
to go back to
it 12 monkeys
wrestling
maybe?
parties.
Yeah.
Because that's what you were talking about, right? Like you.
I was
like
just
your-
having parties.
Oh, just parties.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
is pre-wrestling.
No, it was during wrestling.
Oh, during wrestling.
dude.
So,
Okay, time out. It was insane. These guys would get a couple of drinks in them.
I don't know what he's
They
talking
would start like DDTing each other in
Dude,
the living
Yeah,
room. They would
we used to hang out with
hold
Rosa,
on.
man.
Dude, Joe Rosa. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Joe
so
Rosa
Jo-
used
Joe-
to live at my house.
Joe Rosa. I remember like we were trying to have
Big
like
John.
yeah.
What was his name? Big John
McChesney.
McChesney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some guy I just saw like a sponsored ad for. I think that he made it.
What's he look like?
The
Big
guy.
white dude, bald with a beard.
Ray Rowe.
Ray
Ray
Rowe.
Rowe.
Yeah.
Yes, Ray
I
Rowe.
remember that dude
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And so, did he just make it, or like?
Yeah, he's in WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
So
And he's a really cool
those
dude.
dudes
Yeah, he's good
and
people.
you, I remember, were at my house.
Nope. Yep, that one time.
Yeah. Nope. Didn't
And I
happen.
remember. So I had this like bar set up in my garage.
Yeah.
And
Big
I remember.
ping pong table.
Yep,
I
Did
remember
you
yep.
have
that.
the bell? Is that what
Yeah,
that,
yeah, we
that
had
was
the
The
bell.
bell, yeah.
And
Dude,
so
I was at your house.
You were there?
We were having like a business meeting. It was when he was working at Bally's,
yes.
and so like
Oh, Rosa.
Rosa. Yeah, the
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
time.
okay.
Sorry, finish
Yeah,
it.
no, go ahead.
So my buddy from college worked with Rosa at the Beachwood Bally's, and like it was just like, dude, during the 08 crash and all that stuff, and like he just kind of like he took me around, and like every person was like, what do I do? What do I do? So I was like, it was like my first like breakthrough to like be like, all right, now I can,
Yeah,
now I
yeah,
can,
yeah.
people are gonna actually talk to me. This is cool. But like, remember Rosa? We're talking business stuff, and he's like, yeah, I want to get into wrestling or something like that, and I'm thinking like, oh, cool. He must have like wrestled in college or something like that. And dude, he's like MySpace days. And he's like,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's like, no, man, like. He like pulls up
connected
the
me with him.
MySpace. Yeah, he pulled up
Yeah.
MySpace, and he's like, I want to get like these guys. And he pulls up like Gary's MySpace, and I was like, Gary? He's like, who's Gary? He's like it's Rufio Rapier, and I'm just like, no, dude, that's Gary. So, but it was, but no, I'll never forget that. It was just like, I'm just like, dude, I know those guys. I'm like going over their house tonight, and he's like, no, dude, really, like really? And then,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I was
That's
at your house.
crazy.
It's such a small world.
He
or a small Lake
messaged.
County.
I remember when he messaged me. He's like, "I know James," and he told me to like connect with you. And I'm sitting there. I'm like hanging out with my girlfriend at the time. It was like the middle of the afternoon. I was supposed to be at work. Sorry, but we were hanging out in the middle of the afternoon, and he's like blowing me up, asking me lots of questions, and I was like, "Oh man, I love this energy," but I'm like, I'm
not in the
I
space.
can't talk to you right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
you know, man. And then we obviously did a bunch of stuff, over all the years, but it was just that initial was hilarious to me. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool,
Yeah.
and kind of strange at the same
Yeah.
time,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you guys had some party for whatever reason, and
No reason.
Joey was like, "Hey, can we do it at the house?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like, I'll set up Mario Kart and whatever." Thinking like that was going to be like
That's the
big,
party, man.
I mean,
Dude,
that's what I would want to do. So,
Guys, Mario Kart is legit.
but I
It
remember
is.
my garage the next day. There was like holes in all the walls, and there was a bird feeder that I had in the
you couldn't take these
backyard.
guys anywhere, dude.
Dude,
It was
but Rosa
ripped
would do
out
that.
of the ground.
Rosa would do that by himself. I remember the one night
I don't remember that.
I remember when I first started
Getting
dating
shots.
Liz. Like
man.
I'm in the garage. You were in bed.
I'm really
or
sorry.
you may have been at
if
work.
I made any of those? I don't.
You may have.
I don't.
But Joe,
I don't know.
he had these girls over, and all of a sudden he just went crazy, and he's picking up chairs and he's like throwing them through the wall in the garage. I'm sitting there like, oh my god, and I'm with Liz, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? Joe's like jumping through tables. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, we're at Ian's house, man. Why are you destroying everything? He's like trying to hit me with a chair. I'm like, I don't want to do that, man.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to
right
get hit by a
now.
chair. I'm fine.
No, dude, that was me. Like at the parties at your house, just a bunch of wrestling dudes DDTing each other, power bombing, like all this stuff, and they're like Schleicher, they're, like trying to like get me to jump. I'm like, no, like
Dude, I just
no.
remember the chops.
The
don't wanna
chops,
do
dude.
this?
Rosa would do
Chops.
that like unexpectedly though. He'd be like, "Here, watch this," and you do the slap. You could feel that like hit your back.
Yeah.
Like he
Shit's
hits you in the
real.
chest and like it goes through you. I'm like, oh my god.
I started this like sweet tradition where whenever you had that birthday party, that you would take birthday chops and you would take as many as you were as old. As you were,
Jesus.
and then
You could stop someone's heart with those freaking things, man.
Dude,
the
no,
chop was
and
brutal.
dude. And you have like bruising.
Purple.
You have
Yes,
that,
you're
like-
purple, man.
Dude, my
Yeah.
mom was ready to murder me and all of you, by the way, because Josiah came over. It was like at yours and Roby's apartment,
yeah.
and it was somebody's birthday, and like I'm like
That
I'm-
was my fake birthday.
It was it was his fake birthday. We've come a long
Just to
way.
have a reason
Fake
to have a
birthday,
party.
and it's like
It's my birthday. Let's have a party.
Giving chops, and then like it's Schleicher's little brother. Somehow he got chops, dude. Like EC3's chopping them, like dude, like
yeah. No good.
And so Josiah goes home, and his chest is just purple.
Yeah.
Purple. Dude, like
I remember the
thought my mom's
handprint
gonna
on my
murder
chest.
me.
Like it's like
Yeah.
raised like out to here. I'm like, oh my god, man.
Dude.
He would do it like all the time. I'm like, Joe,
quit it.
It's
Cut
something
it
about
out,
the
man.
bell. The bell.
The bell.
Like I love that was like a
You remember the
known
bell.
thing.
the bell
I
was
remember-
you're
Do you
that
remember
one
the
bit,
first weekend that I moved into that house?
yeah, because I was sleeping in the driveway.
and we partied till like 5 a.m.
I was in my car, all right, but I didn't sleep in the house for there was nowhere to sleep. So I slept in my car.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I wake up to some guy like,
like 6:30 in the morning.
and he's pulling on the bell, and I pull my seat up. I'm like, what is going on? So I get out of the car, and I'm like, I slept in the car, so I have like a button up on. My hair still looks good and everything. And I walk out. I'm like, what's up, dude? He's like, are you the owner of the house? I'm like, yeah. I just came out of the car in the driveway. Yeah, I'm the owner of the house. I'm like, let me go get Ian. So I go get Ian, and he walks out. He's in nothing but boxers, and he's just completely hungover. He's like, what's up? Like, the neighbor's like, hey man, you need to keep it down.
I have kids.
Yeah, he's like, I
It
have
was
kids.
a
I'm like, it was
Thursday
like a Thursday night. It's like 3 a.m. We're out there. People are ringing the bell. But he,
'Cause
he
we
that's
were
how he.
doing it all night.
So he came over. That's how he woke all of us up. Well, he woke me up, I guess. No one else woke up.
Got it.
But I was in the driveway, so
Sure.
I woke up.
It's a bad way to meet your neighbors.
Yeah,
And that's the
yeah,
first interaction I had with my
yeah.
neighbor.
Great start. Welcome to the neighborhood.
They
Dude,
hate
that's
you.
what's crazy. So now, like,
I get it.
I would be that neighbor.
oh, dude, we would be
yeah,
like, this is a neighborhood.
I got kids. It took me forever to put them to sleep.
Yeah.
We were complete assholes.
We were such
like I would have been
idiots, man.
so pissed at me too.
Yeah,
but
dude.
that's what you get when you're 22 and decide that you're going to buy a house. And
Yeah,
like,
well, it wasn't
Yeah.
the first time.
In a
Your first
neighborhood.
house that you were renting.
Oh, yeah.
In Eastlake.
yeah, we got in trouble there too.
There was a lot of parties.
Dude, your 20s is just it's so silly. It's just
You're
mess.
free, right?
You're free.
you're
and
just-
you're of age, so we're like 21 years old. We're having
Yeah.
parties.
No cares.
No cares, no worries in the world. Like it's
Yeah.
like, dude, let's just get crazy.
and
Yeah.
it's just so miserable all at the
Let's
same.
live.
You just like
Yeah,
you
let's
like
live, bro.
I don't understand why life isn't working for me. Like, you know, like, it's like 'cause I
Got
wake
a
up-
degree,
Maybe because
bro.
I'm drinking 12 hours a
I'm
day.
drinking all night, and I wake up at noon.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand.
sucks, man.
Like,
Right.
I just remember like you'd have those parties and then people would leave and then we would play like video games till like 6 a.m. The sun's
Playing
coming up.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go to bed now. Just wake up at noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's order some pizzas.
But you know what though? I think you have to go through that to understand the other side of it, right? Like, maybe you don't have to.
No, you don't. Well, I think too, like
no.
where we're at now, we're like married with kids. Like, if you didn't have that time to just realize,
Let
like,
loose.
let loose,
Yeah.
and just kind of like, I don't know, man.
If
Like,
that's what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
for me, like,
I mean, I'm not saying you had to be assholes.
No, you didn't have to be an
Yeah.
asshole.
yeah, but there's
You need to have fun and
yeah,
get
but
crazy.
You
and-
don't have to wonder. Well, did I miss out? And did I
Right,
do
yeah,
this and
right.
that? And then for me, I'm like, I definitely would have rather gone without that. Probably a good 5-6
Yeah.
years of my life.
If you could still have the understanding of what's important.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, you go through that time of just not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'll figure it out when it comes time. Like, I'm going to have fun now and then
right.
just deal with it when it comes time to be responsible.
So what do we do when our kids get there?
Just deal with it.
Just see what.
I mean, just do what our parents did. Like,
Ring the
bell.
like, we know what's going on. Ring the bell.
Yeah, right.
Ring the bell.
They
Yeah,
like,
don't have a cowbell
yeah, don't have one of those on the
or a
garage of a 20
dinner bell,
whatever
or
the hell
whatever
that thing
it's
was.
called.
Should have cut the string on that thing.
Like, dude,
Well, I
my-
did eventually.
Yeah,
Or
we threw it
I
up on the
it
roof.
on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
We had to.
My mom would give us a motivational speech. Like we'd be going out to the bars, and my mom would just be like, just like
Make good
as
decisions.
best she could.
Yeah,
Dude,
Like,
my
cool.
mother-in-law,
You know?
make good choices.
Okay.
yeah,
all the time.
make good choices.
Yeah, just oh my gosh, man.
My mom used to just put the fear of God into me all the time. She would just tell me like the worst case scenario for everything.
No, that's my mom's. My mom's.
And I'll be like, okay, you're right. And I'd be terrified. Like I'm like, okay, I have to be very careful. Then get a few drinks in me,
And
it's
then
like,
you liquid
fuck
courage.
it, whatever.
Oh, God.
Do whatever the hell I want. I'm invincible.
Yeah. But
Those are
you
the
were
days.
always still one of the more responsible ones.
I was the one that was.
Like, you
I was the
always
voice
kept
of
me out
reason.
jail.
I did. I kept
Steve
a lot
kept
of
me out of jail.
kept a lot of our friends out of jail.
We need people like you.
Yeah.
I was the voice of reason for everything. Like, guys, I don't know.
Maybe
probably
you
not a
shouldn't
good idea.
drive.
It's a really
Well,
good
dude,
idea.
yeah, you'd be-
Yeah,
you'd be
I was the one that made sure everybody made it home safe.
He
I'm like,
was.
I'm like, when
Yeah.
you get home, call me.
Yeah.
And let me know that you made it.
Yep.
Well, dude,
That's true.
even when you like be partying, like the second like anything went down, just like you immediately snapped into like the.
Oh, I did.
peacekeeper, Just like, all right, cool. Hey guys, play
Yeah.
cool.
Steve-
Just do
Steve
like,
was
Yeah,
our
like,
guy.
I knew all the exits.
Yep.
I was very aware of my surroundings. I'm like, the cops are here. You go there. You go there. I'm coming out this back door. I know where I'm going.
Steve was always my guy. Like I
I always
one-
grab him. I'm like,
I'm from California.
he's like, this, but doing a what? I'm like, no, you're not. Like, best ever was when you came home and you had that Scion. We were
Yeah.
at Newfer's house, and he's like, we're drinking summer brew, like playing beer pong with it. It's just like a shit show. Ian's like, all right, I'm going home. I'm like, maybe you should stay here. He's like, no, I'm driving. I'm like, all right, you're not driving. I'm like, give me your keys. He goes, oh, okay, I'm going to drive anyway. Throws up instantly, pukes all over the driveway, and goes, all right, you're right. He was needing his keys. I'm like, all right, let's go inside. You go to bed.
Honestly, though, anyone other than Steve, I would have tried to fight them.
Sure.
But Steve, for some reason, could always be like, okay, yeah, you're probably right. I just threw up all over you. You should probably take my keys.
Or Mike's wedding.
Oh,
Another
yeah.
example.
Yeah.
My brother's wedding. Was it?
Are those important?
I don't even know if I should tell the story.
Are those
He
important
just puts
events?
his head down in shame.
It was a bad one.
I don't want to talk about it.
Dude, no one remembers weddings. Like
No, everybody was. Ian was a different story at that wedding.
I was.
Well, we have to know now.
All right, so summer of 2008, right?
Hell of a year. Yeah, it was 4th of July.
Yeah, 4th of July,
yeah, dude,
2008.
the world is about to crash.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't know
This
it.
is July. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
July. We
yeah.
didn't
So
know
it hadn't
it.
happened yet. Yeah.
But no, we were hanging out at the wedding. It was a good time. It was like one of the first like going to a wedding as an adult.
Yeah.
that I had.
Because my brother's 4 years older than us.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
And so I had a really good time at the open bar.
As the open bar, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We got a
6 Schlitzes.
yeah, we got
Whatever's
a
free.
shuttle back to the hotel, which was what was it? The Sheraton,
Radisson.
or the Radisson? Yeah,
Yeah.
91 in Curtis.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we were all supposed to have hotel rooms, and apparently I didn't book mine. So I was like,
yeah.
I told you to stay in
yelling-
mine.
I was
Good.
yelling at this poor girl. I'm like, no, listen, here's my credit card. And she's like, well, we don't have any more rooms. I'm like, well, I booked one. I'm like, no, you didn't. And
I walked into the middle of this whole situation.
so Steve's like, hey, dude, calm down. Like, you can stay in my room. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not fucking calming down.
Yeah.
So I walk away. He's like, no, dude, you need to walk away. So I walked away. I decided to try to take
goes-
a coffee table.
Because she goes, you did, I forgot what you did, but yeah, you're like, she goes, you can't do that. He goes, fuck, this is my table. And he tries to pick up this table, and it's marble.
It was the
and it weighs like
heaviest
1,000
table
pounds.
ever.
So he's like trying to lift it up. He's like, "Ugh, ugh." I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, go outside. And he goes,
Dude, I'm cramping.
he goes, well, first of all, we got to the hotel, and I send you off with the second drunkest person at the wedding.
Yeah, your sister-in-law.
Yeah, I'm like, or my
Or your
stepsister.
stepsister,
I'm like,
yeah.
hey, why don't you guys go to the bar and go pick us up some beer? Because the shuttle was going to take them to the bar. I'm like, go buy some beer for us. I sent the 2 drunkest people to the bar to go get us beer.
That's a good idea.
Because Ian goes, he gets off the shuttle and he looks at me and he's got this look on his face. And I'm like, he's going to murder somebody. I'm like, here, you need a drink of water. He grabs a bottle of water from my hands and he smashes it on the ground. It just explodes. I'm like, just get back on the shuttle.
All right, so
I'm like,
hold
go
on.
grab us some beers,
Hold
man.
on. First of all, you have to remember, 2008 Ian is a very different person.
Oh,
Very
sure.
different
Oh,
person.
dude,
I
2000,
resonate a lot with
2008,
2080.
all of it. Well, yeah.
I was an angry person. I had some issues that I was dealing with. I'm a much better person.
It's your-
today.
No,
You're
absolutely.
20s,
You're
right?
a kid, man.
Did
It's
your
fine.
did your
You were in your 20s, right?
Yeah.
did your
Yeah, I
wife
was
help
early
you
20s.
change that?
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
Yeah?
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nothing is more angry than the 20s. Like this,
Yeah.
like, just like it's
yeah.
just
Well,
mistake after
so
mistake
remember,
after mistake.
and
It's you're
I was-
invincible. You're a tough guy.
I'm
You're
invincible.
invincible.
Why does this keep happening?
Yeah.
You're a victim in your 20s
Yeah.
so much.
I think for me too,
the world.
though, I had just gotten out of the Marine Corps, and this was a time where PTSD became like a thing.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that I've ever suffered a day from PTSD, but they were shoving it down your throat. And so I would drink like I always did with my Marine Corps buddies, which was excessively more than anyone else was doing.
Oh, yeah.
And in the Marine Corps, you could black out in your barracks room and there was like no consequences. Like you would just wake up and go run and you're fine. In the real world, like,
Oh, there's consequences
like
everywhere.
there's crazy
Yeah, yeah.
consequences,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I went through this phase. And so then at the Radisson, I tried to take out this marble table, and it was the heaviest thing I've ever tried to pick up in my life.
This is my table.
Didn't make it.
That poor lady was like hiding behind the counter.
Oh, she was terrified.
She's like, "You want me to call you a cab?" You're like, I'm like, maybe. And he goes, "Don't call me a fucking cab." He's like staring at her. She's like hiding behind the counter. I'm like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I got him."
Awesome.
And he goes, "I'm leaving." I'm like, "No, you're not. Just chill." I'm like, "Stay right here. I'll be right back." And I went upstairs for something.
Oh my god.
And I come back and he's gone. The dude's just gone. And there's no way of getting a hold of him. I have no idea where the hell he went. I'm like, I have no idea where he's at. Well, apparently he walked home.
I tried to
Well, he
walk home.
attempted to walk home. He made it to about 91.
So at 91 in Curtis, they had the
That's why you
Radisson
know
Where
side.
did you live at
That's where
that
you're like
time?
91 Curtis. I know.
He lived over off of
St. Lawrence.
Lawrence,
and,
by the East Lake
Police station?
library.
yeah, right by
So
the
St.
library.
Lawrence
Okay.
then.
Yeah, St.
St.
Lawrence.
and Shoreham. Shoreham.
Yeah.
That's
Shoreham is where it was, yes.
Shoreham, yeah.
I made it to the sign. And
At the Radisson.
I fell down and passed out underneath the sign on 91.
Yeah, he made it about 100 yards.
91.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is a very busy street. For
Very
those of you that
busy
aren't
street.
familiar. It's a
So-
50 mile an hour, like, yeah.
I only laugh because I been
I did-
there.
I also
I've
did that on the
I've
corner
done
of
things
Curtis
like
and
that.
everyone.
Yeah.
So listen,
Ian was always known for walking,
Me
walking
too.
walking
I was a
home.
walker.
I
Yeah,
would walk.
yeah,
I walked home a lot too.
yeah. So
Freezing cold in the winters,
Yeah.
just like in a t-shirt.
Yes,
like an
yes.
idiot. And it's like from downtown Willoughby to Willowick.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
close.
No.
I made it.
Oh yeah, you
A
make
bunch
it.
of
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
far.
Yeah.
I wonder. It's
I
like
would
so.
stop,
My
I
farthest.
stop in the BP on the corner, and I right in Willowick. When I finally get to Willowick, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to this BP finally and buy some chips to smash and warm up, and then
And then
I'm gonna finish
it off.
I finish.
I'm gonna pass out as soon as I get in that
Oh
doorway.
yeah, it was ridiculous.
So the cops somehow got called on me for passing out.
Somehow.
Yeah, there's a body on the side of the road.
Yeah, right.
That's why
Right.
they got called.
Somehow.
And I'm so incredibly lucky that my dad is a retired Eastlake police officer, because the guy who initially found me was ready to cuff me, and then another Eastlake cop came up and he's like, "Dude, I know who that is," because I didn't have like a wallet on me or anything
Sure.
like that, and they were like, "I know who that is. That's Will's kid."
Okay.
And they picked me up and they put me on my front porch and let me just pass out there.
Wow.
So
dude.
incredibly lucky,
Yeah.
because I was I was an asshole,
Yeah.
you know. But it
So
is what it
so
is.
what do you think changed for you? What like kind of woke you
Well,
up or something like that? You know.
I think goals.
Okay.
At that time, I had I fell into a really good job.
Okay.
I was no business being this. I was a business analyst for a company in California who basically gave me this allowance to live wherever I wanted, would let me travel to whatever job I had to do. It was almost too much too quick. I was making stupid money. I was probably making $70,000 a year at 22 years old with no business experience.
It's like winning the lottery.
Yeah, it literally was. And that went away. Like, I mean, big shocker here that you're paying 22-year-old kids $70,000 a year to run your consulting division, and they went under.
It didn't work out. Yeah, it didn't work out.
So no, that went away, and I was like, oh, I have to get a real job. And so like I roofed for a little while and whatever, and then I like had to understand the value of your time.
Sure.
So I think once that happened, along the same times, I met my wife and was like, okay, I kind of want to be serious with this person. I think I just kind of grew up. I mean, you know, I don't know if it was any one specific thing, but definitely the combination of having to work for a living, and not that I wasn't working before, but
well, you were working for
wasn't
something
easy.
more than yourself too. Like I think you met your wife. Just like I know for me, like I met Erica. Like business was like I was successful, but I was still miserable because it was kind of I was just like working to work, and like you know it's like what else is there to do? I guess I'll go to the bar tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Drum up some leads.
Drum up some leads that won't remember me talking to them. All right, so that'll be awesome. No, man, the Psycho-Cybernetics is the book that I've been reading, but it just basically like it's talking about humans are goal-striving beings, and like so like when you said like I'd change my goal, like a lot of people don't have goals.
I think
Like,
for
they
the first time when I grew up, it was I had goals.
Yeah.
I didn't have goals before then. It was
it's that simple.
rinse, repeat. Like you know, go to work, go to the bar, repeat.
Yeah,
Right.
You're making money to go to the bar because we had nothing else going on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
didn't care about anything, didn't want to do
And I had-
yeah.
anything.
Because what else are you gonna do? I mean,
At that time
Didn't know-
too, I had too much money for what I should have had.
well, also you were one of the first people that had a house.
Right.
So we're like, well, Ian's gonna have a party
Between
every
having this
weekend.
great job,
Every Thursday,
Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
his house was
Yeah.
right up here from downtown Willoughby, and it's like there wasn't even like a question of what we're doing. It's like, well, we're gonna
just
go
go
to
there.
Gary's.
Yeah.
I
Go to
needed to
Gary's
make
and-
sure I had enough
destroy this house.
backup beer
Yeah,
Destroy this place.
and you know a sound
That's it.
system.
Yeah.
And as long as I had those
Dude,
things,
if you had
You had the music,
I
you're
was
good to
good.
go, man.
Music.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
We had music and a giant TV.
yeah,
And like that was it.
yeah,
That's all you needed.
That's all you needed.
It's perfect.
And a PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
We had Xbox, so
Oh, you're an Xbox guy.
I was an Xbox guy.
There we go. Well,
I mean, I also have a PlayStation.
Okay.
so-
You have both.
Okay.
All right,
And he's
all right.
back, baby.
There he is.
There.
He's accepted.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I was on the island. For a
Yeah,
little
you're
bit.
close,
Yeah.
man. Whew.
But yeah, no, it just it change your goals, change your life, man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
Yeah.
That's
That's what
That's
it.
it.
That's what it was for me. You know, like Amanda and I started dating. We started getting very serious, and I never wanted anything. I never wanted anything so bad than for us to work and for us to start building a life together. Nobody ever really made me care
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And then we started dating. We started getting serious. She said she wanted to buy a house. I'm like, shit, I want to buy a house.
Yeah.
I want to buy a house with you.
That sounds
I want to
great.
buy a house with you, girl.
Yeah. Shit.
Dude, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
That's
right.
how that
Yeah.
goes.
I think the girls
They
really
did. Yeah.
turn things around because they
I was
help you
a-
to get your goals. They're
I
like,
was
hey,
a disaster.
absolutely.
I
So
was
was
a
I, man.
disaster.
I
All of us disasters.
we all were.
Yeah.
They straighten you. They
ladies.
straighten you out.
Yeah.
So shout out to the wives because
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Well, and what's crazy though is then like talking about like progression of being a man or being a good human is then you start talking about having kids and it's like, well, I'm not ready to have children. Like I need to have a 401k and I need to do this and like
not until we have a diversified portfolio.
I remember,
Dude.
I remember like being like we got married and so then we did like the honeymoon phase and it was wonderful and then it was like, wait, we're really gonna try and have kids?
Yeah, that's a scary talk.
I need to get my shit
Yeah,
together.
right?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't think I could be a
I'm
dad.
not a dad.
So I didn't get to have that conversation. So we got, we didn't get to, like, we always talked about having kids, but it wasn't like a planned thing, right?
Right.
So I always imagined, hey, are we going to be ready to start a family? We got pregnant pretty sure our wedding night.
Gotcha.
Because it happened like, it was just so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this happened right away.
Yeah.
It was immediate, and it was like, oh God, like
Yeah. It's not a bad way to do it though, man. Just
I mean,
jump
it's
right into
fine.
it. Because I think we were like about a year after we got
That's what we
married.
did.
Bought a puppy,
nice.
and then
That's a good start.
while my wife was pregnant, and then 6 months later we had our first son, and I was like, holy shit, man. We got our house, we got a dog, we have a kid. It's like, good Lord. And then all of a sudden,
Good God Almighty.
did that fast, man. I'm like, all of a sudden, like,
Yeah.
just got right into it.
Isn't that crazy though? You become a different person. And,
have
and,
to.
and
You
that,
have to.
that's not a negative thing by any
Yeah.
means, but like, I almost feel like you become the person that you're supposed to be when those responsibilities are thrust upon you.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's marriage or kids or, whatever. I think it takes those huge events.
Yeah, I think you as a person really, really find out who you are and what you got, what you're made of.
Right.
So like for me, like I always talk about this, but like, I guess I don't really talk about it, but I have been lately. So for me, like being a dad is very important, right? And like my dad was never around, right? And I don't understand. Like I love my girls,
I don't
and
compute that
I don't
either.
get it. Like, how would you not want to put them to bed? How do you not want to like roll around on the floor with them and body slam? I body slam my girl all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I teach her wrestling without
DDT?
her really. No, I don't DDT her. I just body slam, suplex, regular stuff. Hey, no high impact stuff. So like, I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to spend time with your kids, and I don't understand why you wouldn't want to put them to bed, read them books.
Yeah, I want to be
watch them
around.
grow.
See them grow.
Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
get
yeah.
it. I don't.
I love that time.
It just doesn't make sense to me. And I think to your point is you really find out about who you are. And for him, unfortunately, like he's a coward,
Yeah.
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 And like, I will never be that because of him,
Yeah.
so like,
But that made you who you, I think
that.
that made you who you are too.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
Yeah.
So do you think that was like an in spite of thing, or do you think it's just it motivated you that much more to be who you're supposed to be? 'Cause, like, I've been on this kick lately of like things happen for a reason. You become who you're supposed to be, and not that I'm a super like karma person or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I do think that we have potential, and
Yes.
you either reach your potential or you don't reach it or you surpass it.
Okay.
I think those are your three options. Like everyone's got a predetermined potential, maybe.
Okay.
And you can do one of three things. Like you can either not make it, or go way
Surpass
beyond.
it. Yeah.
yeah.
And like, I always wonder about the motivator to get to where you're at. Is it because of somebody didn't do something or somebody did do something? Like, I think those are positive and negative reinforcements.
yeah.
So like in your case, do you think it was because your dad wasn't around? Do you think that
Oh, it's a
is that
huge
your motivator?
A huge motivator, because it's like, I can't be this.
okay?
I cannot be him. I will
Okay.
Yeah.
never be him.
Like I don't
And-
have that
yeah.
experience, so I
Yeah.
don't know what that
Yeah.
feels like. And I always wonder, like, is that a real?
Oh yeah.
I can
I would
understand that.
imagine it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really hard on my family.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really hard on my mom. She had to raise two terrible sons. But I just, having children of my own, I just don't know how you don't want to spend.
Yeah, you can't imagine being like
any
that.
moments with them.
Yeah.
And I guess that's my point. Is I love that we've come to the same conclusion through different paths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. I think that the common denominator there is just being a dad.
Yeah.
And I always wanted kids, but I didn't know how cool it would be until I had them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Like
You
I
have
was like,
no
I want to be
idea.
a dad.
Yeah.
How cool it would be and how insane and stressful.
But like, what
You don't
what
think
an-
about like how
what an
stressful it
honor.
is, man.
Yeah.
And then you really start to respect your parents or your mom.
dude,
like, you know what I mean? Like, you really.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we celebrating my birthday? Like, we should be celebrating you having to go through all that insanity.
I love when I'm like losing my mind and my mom's around and she sits back. She's
just laughing.
She's like, you were exactly the same way.
You were horrible too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so
dude.
sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You just always apologize.
But dude,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
like
so sorry.
That's like the ultimate pain comfort relationship, right? Like,
Right.
Well,
it
it
is
also
super painful to raise infants,
Yeah.
right? Like
It's awful.
you.
Awfully good.
No, it is.
I can't wait for June.
It's okay.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
incredible.
dude, congrats.
It's gonna be incredible.
At least you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I
This time
guess.
around?
I don't know. I forgot everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Blocked it out.
Your brain just like, nope, don't remember that anymore.
Yep.
Like,
But
I gotta
that
go back.
Pain leads to the comfort of having this really cool kid that you get to body slam and
Yeah.
you get to read stories to and teach, whatever. Have them hold a flashlight, whatever it is. Like, I don't know. I think that is the coolest relationship in my own head of, like, again, going back to like Friday Fire Ups is like pain comfort, It's very difficult to do what you're doing, but then you get to the other side of it and you're like, oh my God, I got this.
Yeah.
Like right now, I got this 5-year-old and 3-year-old that drive me absolutely insane. But at the end of the day, when they do something amazing or they learn a new skill,
Oh, it's
I'm
so
just
cool.
so proud.
So cool.
Yeah.
It's the best, man. It's so rewarding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's really cool to see them learning and
Yeah.
Right.
doing things that make you proud.
Trying things.
Trying
Oh,
things,
man,
yeah.
I love it.
Well, I think too, like just Erica's big thing is just life is just a series of choices. Everything's just like where you're at is just because you just made one choice and that led to and you made the next choice.
Yeah.
And it's like life again, like I said, like life is always going to be throwing craziness at you, but you choose am I going to be a father or am I not?
Right.
So I think too, it's real easy. It's real easy to not be a dad.
It would be the
just-
easiest thing ever.
It just no, I'm out. See ya. And so it's like obviously you talking about like sleepless nights. It's like there's been many times, especially like JJ had like 8 ear infections in like 6 months. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and
That's
just,
the
like,
worst,
not-
man.
dude, you're just like, and I just remember like being up all night, and just
It's
like not
so
sleeping.
brutal.
But I remember thinking like, now I understand. Now I understand why people just peace out. And but I think too, like just like if anything, like anybody listening, watching, and just keep doing what you're doing because you're saying, hey, listen, like there's all this craziness, but it's like it's just a choice. It's just whether you had a good dad, bad dad. Like my poor dad was married to also an amazing mom. And like I had this conversation earlier with my brothers. It's just kind of like my dad could do no right. But if I look like my dad was the best dad to like you could ever wish for.
Yeah.
But because he was next to mom, you know what I mean? Like,
no
you know what I
shot.
mean?
Yeah,
So,
no
and,
shot.
you know,
Yeah.
and it just, too, you got, so like, I'm the oldest of 4 boys. So just kind of like, well, mom, you just kind of have that natural, like, protect mom. And like,
Yeah,
same
absolutely.
thing, like, dad's always got angry eyes.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like,
Right.
but, just like, I appreciate, like, I love and appreciate my dad so much more now. And it just, but I just, like, I mean, I had to kind of face all my like things that like I don't know, like especially like growing up, like things happen and then you assign like a reason like that happened because of this or that
Yes.
like and
Well, we're analytical people, so there has to be a reason. There has to be a cause
correct.
for
Sure.
the effect.
Yeah.
when you- I think
And
it's
you
like
see it a lot more
the
now.
first 5 years of your life. Don't quote me on that, but it's like just as a child, you assign, like you think everything is happening because of you. Like,
Right.
so if dad's mad, it's because of me. If
Yep.
this
Yeah.
happened because of me. So like, oh dude, there was, especially like after like my parents got divorced, it just kind of like, you just like I
What
just
did I
decided
do?
so it was just kind of like, I decided, well, my parents got divorced because my dad did this, and and like I will hate this because dad chose, like because that associates with dad or like
Right.
So I think that's another thing too, just like for all of it, like you can say like, well, I'm mad at my like we all have daddy issues, like we all have like whether even like so that's the thing is like even like hearing you talk, I'm like I feel like a complete terrible person, but like I was mad at my dad for a long, like 35,
How old were you?
35 years.
How old were you when your parents got divorced?
I was 19. Don't tell your family you're getting divorced Christmas Eve because it will ruin Christmas.
jeez,
yeah,
that's a rough time to do, man.
Like, so that's another thing. Like, so, but I think it was hard for me because I was away at college.
Okay.
So the mistake I made was, well, being the oldest brother is just like, well, when mom's not around, I need to be mom. And when dad's not around, so like I destroyed a lot of the good things that I had. Like my brothers did not want to be around me because I was just like, I was trying to be,
You were 19.
I'm 19.
You were
I'm
angry.
trying to be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
mom.
Trying to
I was
fix.
pissed as
You
shit.
probably,
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to speak for you, but
No.
you probably on some level felt some sort of responsibility.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it was just like, it's like,
big brother.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
for me, it was just, but that I was terrified to get married because I'm like, if these two great people, like I look, my mom and dad, if these two wonderful people can't make it happen, like,
Yeah.
there's no way I can.
There's
Like,
no
there's just like, it's
chance.
impossible. So like, yeah, you kind of like, you start to ingrain those,
I could relate to that. I
those
get
thoughts. And like, dude, it was awful. I mean, it was a very like, and it was like, I ended up like going to see like a counselor, like talk, like my mom's like, my mom, I love my mom. For your birthday, there's this counselor I want you to go see. Like,
Thanks, Mom.
Like, so I paid for 12 months. I'm like, awesome.
Thanks,
Right,
Cool.
but
Can I do this
it was
counselor?
great.
Birthday.
But like talking to that counselor, like she's like, you never let yourself be sad.
Yeah.
In this, because at this point I was like already like
Yeah.
graduated college,
Yeah.
and she's like, you just never, like you just, nope, didn't happen. Like
Yeah,
never,
right,
never
right.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And but yeah, man. So I think it's just kind of like too, like just be. I think as humans, we just gotta be careful. Are we blaming people for things that our 6-year-old self decided that this is why this happened? But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and then like to your point, like I think that I don't want to be sexist, but I think men in general try to burden the blame for a lot of things that happen in our lives. And I don't know if that's a learned behavior or if it's instinctual, but I see it all the time with like in the childcare world,
Yeah.
where, well, I fucked this up. I whatever. I work too much or I do this too much and my kids hate me because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is like going back to the world is about choices.
Yeah.
Life is about choices. And like you can make those choices to say what's important in your life. And I think sometimes we're too hard on ourselves with the burden of those choices. Because sometimes there's impossible choices, right? Like I know my dad missed a lot of baseball games, missed a lot of, whatever things that I was doing, but he was working and
Providing.
Yeah. and like my mom worked too. So it wasn't like a super segregated household to where like there was a provider and a nurturer.
Yeah.
But like my dad was a cop, like he had to work the hours that he had to work. And I remember telling my dad, like, dude, like, I know that you were out there working. Like I'm not mad at you for missing my game. But like I was fortunate enough to have a relationship with both of my parents that like we could talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And not everyone does.
But I think too, like is and that's the goal. I think we were talking about the before. Like you got to be able to hash things out. Like, you got to be able to be open and communicate and say, and like, because even like for me, like I never saw my parents fight. Like they never argued. Like never.
Right.
So like, I didn't know how to.
Mind you,
I didn't know how to-
these conversations with my dad was like way after.
Yeah, but
It
it's
was
just
like after I graduated
Yeah.
from the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
you
when
start
like
to.
You start to appreciate
I was
that.
like in his eyes, I was a man now, and like he could
Now you can handle
he
it.
could talk
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me about
Right,
stuff.
right.
Like
Yeah.
up to that point, like my dad was the worst. Like
But dude, I think too, like I don't like you're talking about you don't want to be sex. It's like it's not a sexist thing. It's a generational thing. Like I think that like
that's probably fair.
Yeah.
like it's certain generations
Yep.
thought that like, well, if I am, this is my role. This is who I am. This
Right.
is this is what. Again, this is what my hashtag dad hack buddies are doing as well, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
But, shoot, where's it going with this? But
Well, so like off of that though, like, do you think that our generation of fatherhood is going to be burdened with an overstimulated sense of responsibility? Like, being a dad is cool, right? Like, that is becoming more and more mainstream of like, well, I'm a dad.
yeah.
We still have that instinctual need to provide.
Yes.
I know that like I struggle all the time with my sense to my family versus my sense to my business and things like that. So like, you know, like for example, at night, like there are some times when I have to go to meetings at night and like I know that it is the right business move. If I meet this person, there's a really good chance that I'm going to form a relationship that will propel my business to the next level.
Yeah.
In place of that, I'm missing out on
Bedtime.
I'm missing out on swim class, whatever. And like my wife is a freaking saint because I don't know that she understands it, but she accepts it. And she will pretty much give me a free pass to do whatever I need to do. If I say it's important.
Yeah.
Now, she also knows that, like, if it's not important, I will stay home and be with the family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a hard thing to do sometimes. And like, sometimes I have, like, some inner guilt about, you know, even sometimes the
Should
podcast.
talk to her about that.
We do talk about it. And probably not enough.
Sure. Just a couple sentences.
Because a lot of times it's when she's frustrated by like, oh, I'm home with the kids again.
That's not the time to talk about it.
You're right. You're 100%
That's not the time.
You're 100%
Avoid that
right.
conversation.
I need to do that.
Dad hack,
prior
don't
to,
talk when she's mad.
Right,
Like,
right.
Absolutely.
Because I do feel bad. Like I'm gone a lot on, you know, there's at least 2, sometimes 3 nights a week that I'm gone.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily fair. But on the other end of it,
But, I mean,
like
you could
I'm
be a husband that travels all the time.
right.
I mean, so you're not. I mean,
Like,
you're doing it. There's good reason for what you're doing.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get the
hope
guilt.
so.
that-
Like
yeah,
I'm not
well,
going out to the bar to hang out with the boys.
No,
you know?
Right.
Sometimes it's a bar that's the venue, but
Well, it's not. It's
That's just a coincidence.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, it happens to be at a bar tonight.
Win-win, not me.
We're gonna make
no, but
we're gonna
like,
make this meeting count.
I have that
Yeah.
struggle sometimes where
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, am I doing this selfishly or am I actually trying to get to
you're
the
not.
goal of
Yeah.
and I think by thinking about that, I make myself feel better
know,
because
to
I'm
me
doing it for a
Yeah,
reason.
to me, the fact that you're asking yourself, like that,
Right.
like the
Yeah.
fact that this thought pattern happens and these
Right.
questions happen, and like you're evaluating this is like
It's a big deal.
that's the game. Like that,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's how you know you're playing, you're winning in the dad game. Is like I'm actually thinking about
it, and that
how to, like
How this affects everything.
you can't, you have to do, like you can't not work and you can't not raise the kids
Yeah.
and you can't not.
if you're
you know what I
conscious
mean?
about it, like same thing with being a dad. Like if you think about something you said or did with the kids, you think about it and you're like, oh
Right.
shit, should I have done that? If you're
What could I done
Yeah,
done
we
it
could-
differently?
yeah, exactly. But then you're better for that because
Yeah.
you think about it and you're like, okay, how can I make this better? How can I correct it?
When it happens tomorrow.
Yeah, instead of being,
Right,
when it
right.
happens again tomorrow,
'Cause
when
it
I'm
will.
like, because it's going to.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna make you crazy again. And You're
Yeah.
not gonna explode. You're like, okay, let's think about this. Let's try to reevaluate what's going
Yeah.
on and just think of the big picture. So I mean, the same thing with work and everyday life. It's like if
You're
you're
giving your-
conscious of it, if you pay attention and you're thinking about it all the time, then you're doing the right thing.
You're giving
I think-
yourself additional stress and anxiety by not like communicating that to your wife and just
That's fair.
explaining to her that you're having these issues, this inner guilt, and I'm doing this because. And then if she just is like, yeah, I know, you probably never feel like that ever again.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right because
You know?
I think that we probably go through that every couple of months.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, then I start getting the guilt again. And then like, but you're right. I should probably be like understand those triggers and take care of that ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that I don't ever get to that point.
Yeah.
It's like anything. You don't want it to like build up, keep building,
Right.
and then all of a sudden, boom! It's like then
I
there's
mean,
gonna be a problem.
Steve probably knows me the best out of anyone that I know. And like, he always knows. He's like, dude, you good? Like, what's going on with you? I'm like,
I can tell.
I'm just in a way right now. And like,
Yeah.
I know that that's my time that I have to be like, babe,
Yeah.
here's what's going on. I got this, and this week. Here's the goal of why I'm doing this.
Right.
And she's like, listen, you're good.
Yeah.
By the way, Thursday night you got the kids because I'm going out, like, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sweet, do it.
Yeah.
Like, and
I
wish
encourage
you would do
her to
more
go.
of
Yeah,
that,
I know.
'cause, like, it
Well,
was
it's tough
really
right now.
So much more of
Yeah.
my inner
It's
guilt.
tough right now to be
Right now
like,
it's
because I'm
tough.
like, oh, hey, babe, I got another thing for the podcast tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like on Wednesday we had one, right? We got up here at like 10.
Yeah.
But Liz is at work, and then she's like, I'm going to go out with the girls after work. I'm like, all right, well, later I got to go to do a podcast thing. So, but I don't want to tell her to like hurry home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's like, she calls me at like 9:30. She's like, I'm going to come home soon. I'm like, just take your time. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm like, this is not that big of a deal.
Right.
Ian's fine waiting. He's at Hook and Hoof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's fine.
He's good. I'm with the kids. I got this. So, I mean, I definitely encourage her going out and enjoying herself because
Yeah.
I get it because I do
They deserve
what I
it.
have to do.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I mean, she definitely deserves going out and having fun too.
Yeah.
But we definitely, I think you do the same thing. I mean, obviously I know you do. It's even. Like we push them to do what they want to do. I wouldn't say like, I mean, we do a lot more. I feel like we go out,
Yeah.
we go out and do a lot more things.
I think
I think that-
expectations are even.
Yes.
They just don't take advantage as much as we do. Probably.
That's the thing. We take a lot more advantage of it. It's like, hey, it's been crazy. I'm gonna go golf tonight. She's like, go golf. You need to go.
Yeah.
You need to get out and do something. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. When I tell her to do something, she's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Like,
Yeah,
The
I
option's
agree.
there. The
I
option's there.
agree.
Like I give her the option to do
Right.
it.
A
Sure.
month
I'm not
from
saying
now,
I
this is gonna
giving her
come back.
permission to do it.
No, but
But I
like,
mean,
we
it's like-
encourage.
Yes. Yeah. I think about that too.
Wait,
like,
how does
should
this
I
play
go golf?
against me?
Yeah.
How does this, what is the real?
Well, if
answer?
they say, yeah, go out with your friends. Hope it's worth it.
yeah.
If they say something like that, I'd be like,
Yikes.
I'm gonna stay home tonight.
I've never gotten that.
No, I've never gotten it, but I know there's like that. You know,
It could happen.
the funny
It could
videos.
happen.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah, I think it's just. I think it's like it's more of a generational thing, but it's just the whole like time about potential. Is I feel like dads thought that the Mecca was like the potential
Right.
threshold was here,
Right.
and now we're realizing, well, hey, it's way up here.
Yeah.
And
Well,
just,
you're
know,
right. I think that, I don't know if this is true or not, but like
It sounds
the
true to
whole
me.
idea of, well, I need 8 hours of sleep to make sure that I'm my best at work. I think you actually on our previous podcast was like, your dad hack was your kids don't miss you when you're sleeping.
And my
Yeah.
family doesn't miss me when they're
Yeah,
sleeping.
or your family doesn't
my
miss you when
but
you're
these
sleeping.
Kids don't. So it's like if you can build your
Whether it's your workout or your
yeah, dude. Like I'm
After
4 a.m.
hours,
4
yeah.
a.m. I'm up and I'm meditating. I'm working out. I'm getting ready for the day. I'm journaling. I'm
Right.
You know, I'm doing all the things that keep me like keep me like. You know, and listening to my Disney playlist, you know, like just like
Yeah, right,
you know,
right.
just
Keep you
like
level,
like they
man.
keep you like just keep you going forward without you know, like I don't know, man, like
I love that dad hack. I mean, we've referenced
we-
it
a lot.
how many times on
Good,
the
man.
podcast because I
Oh, the wake up early?
No,
well,
the
your family doesn't miss you while they're
Yeah.
sleeping.
yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can function.
It's guilt-
and like
it's
look, sleep
guilt-free,
is super
whatever you want.
important.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Sure.
not advocating for people to get less sleep than their body requires, but like I can function on 5 hours of sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I take advantage of that time, whether it's doing an extra meeting or either early or super late.
Or just preparing.
Or it's preparing
Yeah.
or it's editing the podcast or whatever it is that I'm doing. I can do those things when they're sleeping.
Yeah.
And that allows me to then spend the time with my kids and my wife.
Be
that-
present.
Be
Yeah.
present.
Yeah.
Present.
Yeah.
No,
And
that's,
so, like,
that's it.
Like it's
Be here now.
Yeah.
it's in some ways having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're still being able to dad as best as you can.
Yeah.
And then doing the other stuff
Yep.
afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Dad
you're looking at it as like your perception of it is an opportunity, so you can do the things that you
Right.
need to do in the early morning, the early hours, and then so you can do the things late at night that
Right.
you need to do.
Right.
And versus, it's not like a punishment. where
Yes.
I have to wake up early because I
Yes.
have to do this. Like
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah.
It's an opportunity and not
Yeah,
a punishment. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Too,
hacks all around.
Regardless of what you're doing, like it's just, the second that everybody else, she's asleep, they're asleep, and it's just like,
Yeah.
just like, okay,
We made it.
all right,
Right.
you know,
We made
like,
it.
We made it. We did it.
I like, okay, because even if it's like you just all you want to do is like, again, watch a movie or like watch anything, like you can just
Yeah.
at least just do it, hopefully with no one waking up and
Yeah.
like no one's mad at you for watching it. Nobody.
Yep.
Right.
You're
Well,
doing
that's what I was
it's
gonna
your
say,
time.
too,
This
though,
isn't
is
coming
like-
back to haunt me next month. Like,
Yeah.
so
Well, that's what I was going to say too. Is like it's amazing when you figure out what your priorities are because now, okay, the kids are asleep. I can either watch a movie, or I could work on the podcast, or I could go run out and meet so and so at the bar, and we're going to talk about plans for putting a collaboration together, or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, there's things that, and it's amazing how the things that get cut are the mindless.
oh, dude, there's
Whatever.
no time. There's no
Like-
time for just the.
Like quarantine, yes, it was nice because I
dude.
got back into like watching movies because
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was this abundance of time.
Yeah.
I had to like hide my PlayStation from myself because like I just
Yeah.
like I'm like why.
Yeah, video
It's
games.
it's my third NBA championship. Like
I don't need to keep
for,
doing
like,
this.
for my fake game.
Like Steve and I
yeah.
get into these, like we'll go like a couple months or
Yeah.
whatever. We're playing all the time, and like I'll notice that things are slipping,
Yeah.
and then
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
cut it off.
all of a sudden it's like, well, dude, are you playing tonight? I'm like, God, can't do it tonight. I'm doing this.
I love when one of us says no, and then we're good.
Yeah.
Don't have to play.
It's amazing.
Yeah, dude.
But then we get the text messages like, "You hop on?" I'm like, "Nah, I can't tonight. Come on." It's like,
And,
"Nah, I
and
can't
don't
do
get me
it.
wrong.
Can't
Like
do
I
it
think
tonight."
that there's a place for those releases.
Well, yeah, because I
Whether
mean, a lot of times
playing
that's a
video
good
games.
stress reliever.
Do you-
Right.
So
I play
yeah.
video games all the time.
Yeah.
For
And I
me-
think you should.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
I mean, but it's good though. I mean,
I-
it's if that's what brings you
my
back down to
thing.
earth, and it's
Listen,
like it calms you,
I
and it's like
justify killing zombies as like my release where I cannot think about anything for an hour,
Yeah.
2 hours, whatever it
Yeah.
ends up being.
Just an hour.
well, because even if you sit down and watch a movie, you got your phone.
Yeah, I'm not good with watching movies.
You know what I mean? Like, and then I pull my phone out, and then I'm doing other stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
I
I'm
like
not
my
focusing.
stories, you know. So
Yeah.
I like to be taken out
Of
my
reality.
own brain, and then just be taken on this trip. You know, if it's in a story in a game, story in a movie, story in a show, I love them.
Yeah.
It's good though. That's
a
like
good
that's
escape.
my escape from reality.
Yeah, just for
You know,
a
what I mean,
little
just
bit,
for a little bit, just get away from all the bullshit for a while.
right before bed.
Yeah.
you know,
Calms you down.
Yeah, helps me sleep.
Yeah,
sleep,
because
like,
I mean, I'm
sleep
the
well.
last one to bed, first one awake.
Yeah,
and
for
because
sure.
like I stay up later because that's when I have my time to
Yeah,
have
do
me
my
time.
thing.
Yeah.
And that's more important than
guilt-free
sleep.
me time.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
because everybody's sleeping.
yeah,
yeah.
man,
So-
who goes to bed at 10:30. I'm like,
I mean-
if I can make it to midnight,
Yeah,
oh yeah, it's gonna be so sweet.
yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
And it's like 25 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
like,
oh man, this is brutal.
But I mean, think about this: how many times have you like gotten home from work and think about like what you used to see? Like people, the dad would come home and they would go to like the recliner.
kitchen table.
Yeah.
Or the kitchen
Reading
table,
the
to put
paper.
the TV on and start watching what they want to watch.
Yeah.
Not a freaking option.
no,
I don't do
know.
that. I come home and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I can't put on what I want to watch.
Yeah.
You know, the only time I get to do that is like for a Browns game or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember like my
it's
dad
like
would come
I
home from work and like there was a
Don't talk to Dad.
unwritten rule that you don't talk to him for an hour.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like he needed to
But have you ever had-
decompress from his
Yeah.
shift.
you know,
Sure.
like on the weekends, I'm like, I just need to drink my coffee. Right? I just want to have my coffee and then I'll start.
Yeah,
I want to have some time to myself. You know what that coffee does? I make the coffee and then it sits there and then it gets cold. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to warm that up in the microwave. And then it sits in the microwave. And then I go back there an hour later and I warm it up again. And then all of a sudden it's 5 o'clock and my coffee's in the microwave still because I never
Yeah,
drank
dude,
it.
all the
Because I
time.
don't have time to
All
do
the
that. I have this image in my head of like, I'm going to put on Sports
That
Center.
coffee's gonna be so
I'm going
good.
to drink this coffee and I'm going to relax. But I don't have that time because
dude.
demand is right there. It's like,
And look though,
We
that
need
would
you,
be
Dad.
amazing to be able to sit and drink your coffee and watch Sports Center. But if your kids need you at that time,
that's what happened. That's what it
That's
is.
what you're-
That's what I do.
You're
That's what we do. That's what we all
prioritizing.
do.
do.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
So we signed up for it. We signed up for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm happy. I'm not complaining.
No.
It would be sweet to just have that coffee.
Sure.
The coffee.
You know where I drink. You know where I enjoy my coffee is at work,
Morning coffee would be so good, but afternoon coffee.
or even evening coffee.
Yeah.
If I can just get a sip of it when it's
Yeah.
warm.
But the other side of that, to put a positive spin on it, is how good is it when you do get to drink that coffee? For whatever reason, the kids sleep in for an extra 30 minutes.
Or just get a distraction, like in the summertime.
Or, yeah.
I'm like, all right, guys, play with this, and I go out to the patio.
How good is that?
And I just put my feet up, and I'm like, the sun's out,
The
birds
outside
are chirping.
coffee in
glorious.
like spring and summer is like the greatest.
So good.
I can't
It's
wait
so
for
nice,
that.
yeah.
Can't wait to just go to my patio with a cup of
Yeah.
coffee.
That's what.
Summertime, I think I get away with it a lot more.
Sure.
Because I go outside,
Yeah.
and the kids are doing whatever they're doing inside, and I'm like,
Right.
all right, this is. I get a few minutes. At least I get a few sips of the coffee.
Right.
And those
I wake
few
up like
sips are
crazy
amazing.
early, so like I always get the coffee. So maybe you just need to wake up.
I need to wake up earlier. It's
Yeah.
like, but on the weekends, it's like, man, I just want to like
I want to
a
sleep.
little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
because usually we're here till well, it's almost 1. So like we
Yeah.
so it's like
I don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay,
but then I'm like,
Dude,
hey,
we've almost been up 24 hours.
Girls will be up early, though.
yeah, you're gonna be up no matter what. So
Dude, that's the biggest too. Like whether you want to or not, you can't like go out and party that much anymore because
Right.
because what are you thinking about the whole time?
You can't,
You're like, I'm gonna be up,
I'm be up and like,
and it's gonna be painful, and
I'll
you
be
have
up
no
at
choice.
5.
You have no choice,
yeah.
even if you feel like shit. You're like,
Yep.
I'm up, and I have to
yeah.
start dad. I have to be dad now.
Yeah.
It's go time.
Amanda and I learned this lesson a long time ago when we only had Quinn at the time. We went out for a St. Patrick's Day, and her mom was watching Quinn. They had a sleepover, and then we got Ubered back to mom's house. And Quinn woke up we got home at like 1:30, and then Quinn woke up at like 2:30. And then I watched all the Toy Stories until somebody else woke up, and I was like, it was the most painful experience. I was like, I will never.
Yeah.
I'm done with St. Patrick's
sobering.
Day.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. It's not worth it.
No, man, it's
not worth it.
painful.
Oh,
It is
it's-
painful.
Yeah. That was a hard lesson.
It is, man. I'll be honest though. There are times where like, if I go out, and Liz is like, just try to sleep. I'll distract the kids for a few hours, just get some sleep,
Yeah.
and then vice versa. Like
Yeah.
like there's a night where she goes out with her friends, it's like
Right.
just sleep. Like we'll go for a walk. I'll take them somewhere. Just relax for a while.
Yeah.
So we do have that understanding, but
That's a dad hack is make sure mom is well rested, and if she's
Yeah.
not,
It's over.
I got the kids. Go
Yeah.
take a nap.
Go
Just
take a nap.
Yep.
Go to
Yep.
sleep. Go to
Yeah.
sleep. Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Nope. You're not. Yep. Get back up. Go sleep. Nope. Get back up.
100%.
dad hack. Make sure mom's happy.
Make sure.
yeah.
If,
Keep them happy.
dude, that's my. Dude, my mom always said, "Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy." And
That's the truth, man.
It's
the
100%
truest
true.
thing,
That's the
man.
law right there.
100% true.
All right.
We've done a ton of dad hacks. We've done a ton of proud dad moments. Anything that comes to mind that you really wanted to get out before we close this out? Because we've been talking for quite a bit now,
Oh, yeah.
and
It's been a long
we
time.
all have.
Which is awesome.
No, I think you guys you got to keep this going. You got to continue doing the Talking Dads podcast because you guys
No pressure.
You've done hundreds of episodes and you're changing a lot of people's lives. I mean, from the first time I was here to the second time, I mean, it's just you guys have grown, and it's
Yeah.
been amazing to watch and be a fan of, and it's been even more amazing to be on here twice. So thank
Yeah, dude.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate that,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate that.
Keep
man.
rocking and rolling.
I mean, we keep doing it because we have amazing guests that come on.
That's for sure.
You know, I mean,
It's something to look forward to every week too, man.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
love it. We really enjoy doing it. So, thank
Thank
you.
you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, dude, and it's kind of like. So I keep circling back to the general. It's like, okay, dads know they're supposed to be more involved. They're supposed to be It's like you got to be. Dads have to step it up. It's like, well, to where? Like,
Yeah.
like, all right,
To
like,
where too?
Because every time I think I'm leveled up, Erica's like, there's still. You climb that mountain. There's a mountain behind it. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And, but that's just life in general. It's like you master something and you're like, I still have so much more
Yeah.
to do. But I think that's what's cool is what you guys are doing is you're actually having the conversations that it's 2021, but it's still guys don't talk about stuff. You know, like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally.
Cool.
Like, you know, like,
That's 100% true.
Honestly, without this, that's exactly what our conversations would be.
Tight.
Yeah.
That's
Tight, man. Hey, you good, man? Yeah, I'm tight. I'm
I
tight.
keep saying
Tight.
I'm saying tight. Like, I'm reverting back
It's
to
like
8th grade.
2003, man. I love it.
That's the bomb, man.
Do
That's
you,
the
The bomb.
Do you love it? Do you actually
Dude,
love it?
wide leg jeans and
All right, time out.
Jinkos?
Did you have I had Jinko jeans. Did you have
I
Jinko
had-
jeans?
never, no, I was not allowed to have the Jenko jeans, but I did have FUBU jerseys.
FUBU
yeah.
jersey.
So,
there you
like-
go.
Yeah.
Same era.
Do you remember
Yeah.
the Tommy Hilfiger jeans?
Dude, I had
Yeah,
Tommy
I had
Hilfiger
Tommy.
overalls.
Oh, you had the overalls. You did have the overalls. They're so badass.
Dude,
Dude.
they were amazing.
Did it have like the big like?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And then like the straps
flag.
where
The red and the white.
red,
Cool.
white.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
man.
remember like
And blue. And blue.
Yeah, and the
red,
blue.
white,
I remember
yeah.
middle school. Like I swear, I was like, I'm like the only kid without the Tommy Hilfiger shirt with like.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the blue, gray, white,
Yeah.
or red one, or whatever. But it was just. The
It was
logo.
giant.
Just the
I
logo.
had-
And dude, if you had that shirt, dude,
Dude, that
like,
brand
you were
was
it.
It's
it.
huge.
You were it.
That
Man.
brand
Remember
was huge.
They came out with the Carpenter jeans.
Oh,
yeah, with
yeah,
the
man.
loop,
Dude.
the
Yeah.
loop,
The
with
loop,
just
man.
the logo. So good.
It's just the logo. I was like, I gotta get a hammer.
I gotta
Dude,
get that.
I can't. Gotta get a hammer.
That's what the loop's for. I gotta
Dude,
get the
what-
hammer.
know, right?
And the belt, you had to have like the
Oh, yeah.
tweeted,
So
the,
cool.
what is
The
it
braided
called?
belt?
The
The
braided belt.
braided belt.
And then
Yeah.
it'll flip it
Flipped
around so it's hanging
flipped
down.
around, it was
Yeah.
hanging
Yeah, it's hanging down, man.
good.
It's like
So cool.
badass,
Dude,
man.
Dude,
I had my Tommy jeans, my Penny Hardaway
Yeah.
jersey,
Penny
Yeah.
Hardaway.
and
I
then the
love Penny
Kangol
Hardaway.
hat, man.
Kangol
Kangol
hat.
hat. Oh my god.
I had the same outfit.
Dude, yeah. We all did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Penny Hardaway is amazing.
So good.
I love it.
I think we all had the
Little
penny.
Penny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
commercials?
was amazing.
Yeah. So good. Oh man.
The good old days.
The
We were
90s
so
are the
awesome.
Best. 90s
Best.
are the best.
Well,
One
it's
more
all
thing.
coming back.
Hey, well, listen. Paramount has their own channel or their own
Yeah.
like
yeah,
app.
yeah.
So I started going through it today to see what was on there. Every Nickelodeon show from when we were growing up is on
Oh
there.
wow.
Really?
That's
Every Nickelodeon show.
Like
I'm
Double
talking
Dare?
all of that. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
cool.
Doug.
Wow.
Dude,
I mean, everything, man.
That's
Dude,
cool.
all
Yeah.
that was amazing. That was like the
Oh, all
kids'
that,
version
yeah.
of
Of
like
Saturday Night Live.
SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have all that on it.
Keenan and
Was it
Kel.
Keenan? That's where Keenan,
Yeah.
dude. Keenan's been
And
a part.
Keenan's like a big deal now. He's
Dude.
on
Dude, he-
SNL.
Yeah, I think he has his own show now and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the voices in the Grinch.
Oh, the Grinch. Yeah, he's
Grinch.
the
Dude,
The
the
hilarious
Grinch
guy.
movie's so solid.
so good.
Oh, the new
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Dude, Pharrell
I love
killed
it. We could go for another hour, I'm sure.
Dude,
but
All right, so no,
Thank you guys
yeah,
so much.
yeah, we appreciate
keep
you
this
guys.
up. There's always more in the tank, and
Yeah.
Have us
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
Have
we
us
will
back.
100% have you guys back.
100%. We are we'll be in touch, but we're definitely gonna do some live events as things start opening up, and it
Yeah.
sounds like we're on that
like tattoo
path.
parlors. So it's
Yeah, we
finally
could
get
do
his
I'll get my
tattoo.
tattoo, guys.
All right,
Yeah.
Hey,
What are
dude,
you gonna
it's-
get? What are
You
gonna
promised.
I don't know.
You promised, dude.
I got to think of something. My
Yeah.
the
Skulls.
tattoo I had drawn up when I was like 21 was this giant cross. And it was my two nationalities. It was Slovenian flag, like ripped up, hanging off the one side, and the Japanese flag on the other side. It was a
There you go.
badass. I had Nick Meyer draw it up for me,
Oh,
and the thing
yeah.
was amazing. It was the coolest
Yeah.
idea. I just never did it.
That's the one.
There it is.
That's the one.
That's the thing. Dads make ideas into reality. Dads make
Yeah.
dreams come true. So that's what
Oh,
we're gonna.
guys,
That's what
all
we're
right, I
gonna
guess I have to
prove.
get a
Where-
tattoo
where
now.
are you gonna get it?
I don't know. Right. I don't know. Like,
Where,
right-
where did you
right
envision
here.
it
You should get a
originally?
neck tat.
Oh, like a tear.
A neck tat.
Dude, you can like cry both the flags. Like, you just, like, you
There's
just,
just
like,
one
cry.
on each side.
That'll be cool.
Oh, the kids and the
That'll-
wife will love it.
They'll love
Yeah.
that.
And
Hey, babe.
my employer will love that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's right here in your heart. Then.
No,
That's
I-
perfect.
On my back.
Yeah. I definitely want to do more in the community events.
Yeah,
yeah.
Tattoos would be fun.
It would be, dude.
It would be a lot of
dude,
fun,
it'd be-
honestly.
We'd
do
be
it.
like, dude, I'm just been having. Ah! Like,
Yeah, we're doing
be
a
a fun
podcast during it.
podcast.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
We could do that.
Yeah.
We could definitely do that.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Oh, dude.
But no, like other stuff, like just different events, like golf outings and different things that we want to do to highlight what we're all doing in the community.
Yeah.
That would be a ton of fun. So we're hoping to do a lot of those things. We will definitely keep you in the loop to do that kind of stuff.
That'd be great.
Be a lot of fun. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for
Yeah. I
thank
appreciate
you.
you guys.
Thank
This is
you.
awesome.
taking the time out and spending your precious me time with us.
Yes.
Oh, dude, this is the
absolute blast.
Dad
We've
time
been
is the
looking
best
forward
time,
to
man.
it all week. We've been talking about it, like, oh yeah,
Can't
wait,
wait.
Well,
Friday.
originally when you guys had to cancel a few weeks back, it was like, oh man,
Yeah. Yeah. Because we were
So we're really looking
big
forward to it,
time.
man.
Yeah.
This
you
is
guys are awesome just to hang out with. So
So
Yeah.
that's another thing that Erica got COVID last
Yeah.
month, something like that. So that's we had to
Yeah.
reschedule. So that's
It
another
happens.
thing that's been quite stressful.
yes,
Another
yes.
thing that Disney playlist will help you through. It's
There you go.
Disney playlist. I want to be like you.
All right, boys.
got COVID, listen to Disney.
All right,
All right,
thank you guys
guys.
so much. I appreciate you. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys check out Team IBB. These guys do amazing things. Especially check out the Fire Up Fridays because
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
really
man.
into that.
Fired up.
And then also check out all of our stuff. Subscribe to us on the podcast. Follow
your
us on the
swag.
socials.
Your gear.
There you go. Get your gear. Gear is on the website, www.thetalkingdads.com. We have the gear, and then we also have all of our blogs that we post every single Wednesday, different whiskey reviews and things
Oh,
like
nice.
that.
Yeah.
So that's a ton of fun. Do all that kind of stuff. Tell all of your friends. Give us a 5-star rating because
Yep.
we like those ratings.
We do like
or
those.
1 star,
or 1 star.
whatever.
Give us some
Tell
hate comments. We don't care. We like
we like criticism.
we do.
So.
Love it.
And then any suggestions for any dads that should be on the show.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
we need more fresh dads.
Oh, fresh dads.
Fresh dads.
Like just like
I just became a father.
Just learning that they're going to become a father.
Yes.
Those
that
are my
fresh.
favorites.
oh,
I do like
yeah.
those.
Well, they're not. I
They're
don't
so
know. I don't know if I have a favorite. But
so scared.
yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
And we scare we like to scare them. No, I'm kidding.
But no,
kinda.
definitely suggest a dad to come on the podcast. Tell them about it. Turn them onto our stuff
Yep.
because hopefully we're doing things that will help them understand that life is not over. Life is just beginning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The party's just begun, baby.
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Party's just begun.
Do all those things, and in the meantime, have a wonderful weekend. And I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll sign autographs here soon.
Yeah, there you go.
Tight.
Hey guys, if you love what you just heard or watched, and we know you did, do us a solid and hit that thumbs up. Share with your friends and throw us a comment, literally about anything. Your support legit keeps us going. Oh, and don't forget to give us that 5-star rating. We really appreciate you.